Hey y'all, and welcome back to Janet being Janet. Okay, so Miss Amberlynn has been on a break, so I have been paying attention to some content that, was done over her, and I ran across one where I just wanted to elaborate on some of the things that he was saying and explain some things. Now, the one I'm going to be talking about is INabber, and he knows a lot about Amberlynn, but back 3 years ago, I remember clearly, and I still remember today, all the things that she needs to be called out for. And some things he didn't understand, so I figured I would go ahead and, help him out just a little bit, just in case he has questions today. So, all right, INabber, y'all don't hate me for this, okay? I just, like I said, I'm going to provide you some content, and it's only going to be my opinions and only my opinions, and I'm just a mama having fun on YouTube. That's it. While I get ready to, because guess what? I ain't got nothing better to do besides go play with the horses. Shut up, Janet. Let's go.
Icebergs. You love them, I love them, everybody loves them. Well, except for a few people in the North Atlantic Ocean during 1912, but for the most part, most people enjoy these things. We've got to preserve them, we've got to look after them, and most importantly, we have to explore them. And my favourite thing to do recently is watch things of where people have combined icebergs with YouTube videos.
If you haven't caught on yet, we're going to be doing an iceberg over Amberlynn Reid.
Get with that combination? Well, you get a bunch of videos where I can procrastinate for 2 hours watching somebody speak about some subject which really doesn't interact with my life in any possible positive way, but it's a good way to procrastinate, and that's exactly why you're here today. So as you've probably worked...
Hey, no, I'm here today because I was listening in on your content, and there's just a couple of things that I have opinions on, and guess what? I have a lot of opinions and a big mouth, so that's why I'm speaking on this.
Now, I'm not a geologist who's going to explain to you the life cycle of an iceberg and how they are rapidly declining because of climate change ravaging this planet. Instead, I'm going to be a internet expert, I guess, because
You're going to be an expert on Miss Amberlynn Reid? There's a lot of us, so you better be careful.
To be explaining to you internet icebergs. The internet iceberg is often used to illustrate how web spaces are structured. This includes the surface web, the smaller visible part of the iceberg, easily navigatable.
He knows a lot more about this than I do, so I'm gonna let him talk.
Through standard search engines like Google, and the deep web, the largest part of the iceberg, including unindexed or encrypted pages. Now personally, I'm somebody that has recently found a fascination in watching iceberg videos. I really just don't know why, I just find a lot of interest in them, and I was sat down the other day, meant to be doing work, but I just...
Hey, I don't even do the iceberg things. I just have interest in Amberlynn Reid and listening to what other people have to say.
Decided to watch a video about an iceberg breakdown of some topic which really doesn't impact my life in any way, but it was enjoyable, and I sat there and I thought to myself, hold on a second, I could make videos like this, but based on the videos that I currently make, i.e. making icebergs on people on the internet and people that we speak about here. Why? Well, because
Well, what I speak about here are 4 different creators, and half the time I bounce between all of them. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Janet, and y'all just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because no, I don't know who I'm going to be talking about from day to day.
I'm an internet bully.
I don't think you're a bully.
And I was sat there thinking, well, who do I cover? Shane Dawson, Anision, Nikocado Avocado, the idea...
What's bad is I know absolutely every single one of those. That's what's bad.
And possibilities are limitless, but then I had a thought, hey, what about that weight loss YouTuber where everybody complains that I don't actually cover the drama surrounding them and only cover the weight loss story? And yes, you've probably guessed it, obviously I'm speaking about Amberlynn Reid.
All you gotta do is see, you just gotta show her face and everybody knows exactly who you're gonna be talking about.
Amberlynn.
See, he puts a lot more effort into his videos than I do. I just sit down and do whatever and talk to you. That's what happens.
Is a weight loss YouTuber that I've covered multiple times on this channel, but mainly only focused around the whole diet aspect of the drama sphere that she's kind of involved in. I like to call this the Amberlynn-verse. This is a place where...
No, it's Amberverse. Yeah, most of us just refer to it as Amberverse.
So many things seem to happen to the point of where I genuinely can't keep up with it, so I think the best way to...
You gotta watch her almost every single day, every time she uploads, and you also gotta watch what she does in the background.
Do this is to break down an iceberg which goes through every single scenario that Amberlynn has been involved in, and I actually did a little
good luck on that one, because I guarantee you ain't gonna get to cover all of them.
Google search, and I did find an extremely detailed iceberg to do with Amberlynn's life cycle on the internet. Looking at this right now, there is a lot of things on here which I've never seen before, a lot of things on here which could be considered incredibly offensive, and some things which may not even be true.
Oh, don't worry, I'll help you with a bunch of them. You got it.
So I do just want to put a little warning here saying that I did not make this iceberg. I did find it on the godforsaken place, which is Reddit. So please do not get mad if there are some things on here which aren't fake. Basically, what I'm going to do is go through this entire thing and give little explanations of what was going on at that period of time and
what he doesn't get, I'll fill in, just like I said.
How it impacted Amberlynn in some form of way, and how it impacted the internet. So yes, this is the deep dive in to the Amberlynn Reid iceberg.
And this is just me giving a whole bunch of opinions, and it doesn't matter what you think or what I think, it just goes on what happened.
Before we do that, I do just have to be incredibly annoying for a second and say, hey, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know, you're getting annoyed at me asking for subs and you're going to say you don't need to do it. Guys, I need to do it because it does actually work. And, you know, it's my job.
Well, if it works, then y'all go ahead and hit subscribe. I don't know.
It is my job. Please don't get mad at me for interrupting an hour-long video for 30 seconds. I'm just asking you to subscribe. Please, I'm on my knees.
I left my daggum nose ring out for a few days, and now then the new one I put in gets stuck. But I guess that's a good thing, because I lost the last one.
I'm trying to hit 1 million subs. If you could do so, that'd be amazing. Please turn on notifications. And also, please comment down below who you would want me to cover in another iceberg video. I would be fascinated to know.
Don't bother doing that on my channel, because I only cover, like I said, 4 people, and that's enough, trust me.
Comment anything or anyone you want down below. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now this area isn't even considered the tip of the iceberg. This is just regular things such as knowing, hey, this is Amberlynn Reid. She's an obese mukbang YouTuber who makes vlogs and speaks about her life on the internet.
When she started doing mukbangs, that's when she actually got popular, because more and more people wanted to watch an overweight person eat.
Great. I don't necessarily think that we need to go through this. This is pretty self-explanatory to what this actually is. And as I said, it's not even the tip of the iceberg. There isn't anything here that nobody knows. And I think this is designed to be...
I think you misspoke. There's not anything there that nobody doesn't know. Because we all know just the tip of the little bit of whenever it comes to Amberlynn Reid.
Well, everybody kind of knows who Amberlynn is, but you may not know absolutely everything about her.
I don't know everything, but I know plenty, man. It's hard to admit, but I watched her for way too long.
So now we're past that, we are going to move into the tip of the iceberg. And the first part is, Amberlynn Reid loves the Cheesecake Factory. And no.
Orange chicken. Yep, orange chicken. She could marry orange chicken if she had the opportunity to.
I will not be making any jokes about this statement, but yeah.
I will. If I need to, I will. Don't worry.
Amberlynn Reid supposedly loving the Cheesecake Factory, which seems to be some form of fast food or restaurant in America, maybe even Britain, I'm not exactly...
It's not necessarily fast food. You sit down, and what you're supposed to do when you're done eating is actually tip somebody. So we just call that sit down. I mean, dine in. That's what we call it.
Too sure. I've never been there myself, but I'm a big connoisseur of cheesecake. In fact, I had a little weight issue one time, and it may come down to the fact that I really like cheesecake. Cheesecake is so good. Please just keep it away from me, because
Hey, I was almost 300 pounds at one time. That's why I speak about overweight people. Not really why, but you know what? It's a reason. I don't know what I'm saying. Just go.
Also don't want to go on an arc of starting and restarting a diet 6,000 times.
We are going to the Cheesecake Factory. I have not been there in forever. So I ordered the Cheesecake Factory, which I haven't done in a while. I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Now, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure why this is in the tip of the iceberg section of the Amberlynn verse. My only guess can...
Because of the simple fact of she has said, I would marry orange chicken. And she goes there all the time. It's her most favorite place to eat. Even though she has a lot of places to eat, that's her most favorite place. She will travel long distances just to go have it.
B is that when I went to a few of the comment sections, a lot of people were basically complaining or just stating the fact that apparently in a lot of these videos of where Amberlynn goes to the Cheesecake Factory or any restaurant, Amberlynn seemingly orders her food whilst vlogging, but then mysteriously throughout the video, random pieces of food turn up which wasn't ordered throughout the vlog, and people are basically saying this is why Amberlynn puts on weight, because she's...
And also because she will order orange chicken and then she will show you just a little bit of her plate and say, I'm full, I can't eat anymore. Well, we all know the fact and the truth behind it is she ate every single bit of it. She don't take any home.
Secretly snacks without even mentioning it throughout her videos. But to be honest with you, I don't necessarily care about this point. I think I'm more just upset about the fact that in 2022, Amberlynn seems to have lost her love for the Cheesecake Factory and
she will never lose that love for the Cheesecake Factory. It's just when it's not around her, it's harder for her to get. Play.
Yeah, I'm sorry for breaking that devastating news to you all. But moving on to the Becky era. I don't know why I was so...
We no longer say that word or that name. We say Beck now.
So loud with that, but yeah, the Becky era. This references to Amberlynn's girlfriend between 2017 and 2021, and as you can now imagine, they have sadly broken up.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and...
I have done reactions over almost every single live stream that she had that was interesting whenever she was with Beck.
and just say it. We have broke up.
The fact that you guys have made me watch this relive some of my favourite influencers breaking up. I can't believe I managed to put this out of my mind, but now all the memory, I just miss Becky and Amberlynn.
Oh no, it was a very good thing that they broke up. Everybody would always say, save Beck from Amberlynn, save Beck, because, you know, Beck was always wiping Amberlynn, and Amberlynn did not treat Beck correctly. So when they broke up, it was one big, huge thing of, yay, it's finally here. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Then we just had to worry about Amberlynn trashing Beck.
Sorry. Yeah, they broke up. In this video, they basically say that this was a mutual breakup with no issues. Seemingly, everything was fine, but then eventually a lot of texts were leaked suggesting, well, not exactly the worst things in the world, but things such as Amberlynn allegedly not showering for 3 months. Now, to be honest with you, a lot of you may...
She pretty much didn't shower for an entire year, 2019. She would get herself some bed baths, and that was about it. Beck would bring in a bucket of water for Amberlynn to sponge off with.
See this as a big deal, you know, not showering for 3 months is a little bit stinky, you know, but personally for me, I've not showered for 6 months, so, you know, maybe me and Amberlynn are stinky brothers and sisters, who knows, yeah, it's not really...
I understand if you have depression and you don't shower, hey, I understand that all too well, but with Amberlynn, it wasn't depression, it was her just being downright lazy and being too overweight to get herself into the daggum shower.
Of the world, and that's probably why this is at the tip of the iceberg. Torrid hauls. Now this is just a reference to the amount of clothing hauls that Amberlynn does from a retail store called Torrid, which sells plus size clothing.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into that. Whenever it comes to her Torrid hauls, the problem is she didn't buy things that actually fit her. She would buy things that were too small and say, oh, this will fit when I lose weight. So the only place she could really order from was Torrid, and she spent a lot of money buying Torrid clothing.
Now again, this is nothing major, this is nothing massive, this
is major.
Well, it is plus size clothing. It's nothing like significant, but
yes, it is.
I did find a little funny clip after browsing some comments of where Amberlynn is seemingly wearing a dress backwards, and
I was just about to bring that up because I haven't watched this all the way through in a long time, but yeah, she put one on backwards because she liked the chest piece.
She doesn't really notice this.
So here's the dress that I had on. Again, size 6.
And see, another thing about Torrid was she would buy a size 6X and then she would say, oh, I buy my shirts in 4X or something like that. It just depended on what piece of clothing she was buying, on what size she bought, and she would let us know. But like I said, normally she would buy it, be too small for, and she'd end up giving it to Destiny's ex-girlfriend, ex whatever you want to call her now, Dana.
Hello.
Now, I'm not a fashion expert, but the dress does back to front, and it's not like the most dramatic thing in the world, but it's just it's funny. Right? It's funny. God.
It's okay to laugh at it. You ain't got to explain it. It's okay. We all understand. We all get it. We tried to point it out to her, and then she got really, really butthurt about it.
Stop getting critical of me. I just found it a little bit funny. And moving on to Twinkie, Rarity, and Wasabi. These are Amberlynn's 3 pets, her dog, and 2 cats, all of which she's been accused of abusing.
Yes.
It's getting a bit dark now, I know.
He doesn't have arthritis, which beagles get really
That's Monkey. That's the one that she had whenever she was with Crystal.
easily. No Crohn's disease. He's completely normal, just obese, and that is mainly from him getting fixed, because that happens to a lot of beagles.
No, it was because she was overfeeding them and she was giving them treats all the time.
And for you guys all just to know, Monkey is only 11 pounds overweight. So
Only.
it's not like he is 30 pounds overweight. He is not abused in any way. And I'm going to be putting this video up, not part of my vlog, because now I'm rambling. My animals are my pride and joy, and I love them with, like, they're my children. I love them more than anything besides Crystal, of course. And
But she used to call Crystal's animals her animals as well. But she didn't take care of them. The only one she really wanted to take care of was Monkey. But she didn't even take care of Monkey. Crystal's parents did.
I can't imagine someone ever commenting on someone's video saying, you abuse your children because they're 10 pounds overweight.
I don't know if these allegations are exactly true. There's a lot of compilation videos going around on the internet, and some of them do seem a little bit suspicious, but I am going to remain and say that these are indeed allegations, like most of the things in this.
You can tell if an animal is overweight. You can absolutely tell. So it's up to you on whether or not you say that's abuse or not. That's on you.
Video, I will say, are allegations, but, you know, it's a bit peculiar that there are actual compilations alleging that she abuses her animals. I mean, there's certainly not that with me.
If he doesn't get, y'all know Twinkiegate. If you don't know Twinkiegate, go back onto my channel, and I have a video named Twinkiegate, and that's all about her not cutting Twinkie's toenails.
And there is hopefully not.
Oh, and it's also, no, Twinkiegate, listen to me misspeak, I know way too much. Twinkiegate is whenever Twinkie was in pain and Amberlynn went out to eat instead of taking Twinkie to the vet, because she said there was no vets, 24-hour vets, and she went out to eat instead. The problem with that was that Michael B. Petty, a big, huge reaction channel, all he did was Google, and he found one on the way to her her going to eat. Yeah.
Not that with any of you guys watching this right now. Then we move on to the Destiny era, and Destiny is another ex-girlfriend of Amberlynn, and I am starting to notice a reoccurring trend throughout this of where Amberlynn has had a lot of relationships. And now I'm not being critical, you do you, but one thing I am being critical of.
No, because right now what you're talking about is you had Casey, then you had Crystal, and then you had Destiny. So right now that's only 3 that you're talking about, because you still have Beck, you have Jade, you have, well, the Valentine doesn't count. In my eyes, Valentine doesn't count. They never met. And then you have Emily. Okay.
Of is everybody watching this video right now, because Amberlynn Reid has had more relationships than all of us, and that's again not me criticizing Amberlynn, that's more
I plead the fifth.
me showing how lonely you are and how lonely I am. Wait, no, actually, I've got a girlfriend. You guys are the lonely sacks of shits watching this, actually. I'm perfectly fine.
We're going to go out to eat.
They had their own booth at Denny's. They absolutely did. They'd get done working and they would go to Denny's and they would sit and eat, and they already had their own order. I mean, everything was all copacetic when they opened them doors.
We've never been to this restaurant before. She's been begging to go to it for a little while now.
Now, it has been speculated over the fact that Destiny possibly cheated on Amberlynn. I, again, don't really know how deep that goes.
That is up for debate, because some people say yes, Dana and Destiny were talking at the time, and then other people say no, and they waited to actually start dating until Destiny broke up with Amberlynn. So it depends on you talking to somebody and still being with somebody. Is that cheating? If you don't think so, then she didn't cheat. If you think so, then yes.
goes. I'm sure it goes very, very deep. It's a thing with Amberlynn and Reid of where there could be the most minute form of thing, and then it will gradually expand into some form of massive thing. And again, as I said earlier, I'm only going to briefly go through every single bit on here because there is indeed a lot of things to go through. But yeah.
Yeah, and this is an hour and 39 minutes for him, and I don't know how long it's going to be for me. I'm sorry.
She was accused of cheating, and Destiny does repetitively turn up in this iceberg, which I will continue to go through when we actually get to that point. But then we move on to the topic of weight loss. Amberlynn's highest weight, 572 pounds.
Okay, no, here's the thing. Okay, let's get into some truth and honesty here. We all think that she's been about 600 pounds because in 2019, she decided that she was going to become bedridden, and she absolutely did not get on the scale. For us, if she got on the scale, she would know how much it was. But even Beck said that she didn't get on the scale, so Beck only knows the highest weight that Amberlynn reported. That's it.
I want to remind people, because I do have a lot of new subscribers, a couple of years ago, I actually reached my highest weight at 572.4. So I was like
We all think that you hit 600 pounds. I'm just going to reiterate that.
very close to the 600s, which is like so crazy to wrap my head around. It's very scary.
Now, I imagine the reason for this being on here is because naturally the biggest topic of discussion surrounding Amberlynn Reid during her time on the internet is obviously her experiences with diets, thousands and thousands and thousands.
And her lies, her conceiving, her deciding that she was going to fundraise and not use the money correctly. Oh, she's got a lot
of diets, and also her, I guess, unique ability to lose 100 pounds and then gain 100 pounds and then lose 100 pounds. It's genuinely quite a...
She only lost 100 pounds whenever she, the main reason why she lost 100 pounds is because she got the C word. That's the main reason why.
Fascinating thing, and also a rather tragic and sad thing to witness. So Amberlynn stating that her highest weight of 572 pounds is obviously going to be on here, but also there are some other things to do with...
I can't do two things at once. I done got powder all in my eyeballs, so now it's going to water. Okay, we'll continue.
Highest record weights, which we will get into. As you can see, they are also on the deeper parts of this iceberg, which I will eventually explain. But yeah, the next part of this iceberg is more surface level information, finishing it off with things like Amberlynn having a binge eating disorder and how she went through a period of live streaming on her channel, which she admitted damaged her channel. Again, you may think...
Okay, live stream error might have damaged her channel just a little bit, and that's because whenever she was doing it, she could not carry herself. When she was doing live stream error with Beck, oh yeah, she did good. She was getting the super chats. Soon as she did Beck wrong, all of a sudden it just went shoot. That's when she went to memberships and did live stream on memberships. Now then she's doing live streams because she's too daggum lazy to vlog. And she's wanting the memberships still. And she'll put it on members only sometimes so that she'll get more and more people that want to talk to her. And when they want to talk to her, they have to super chat her if they don't want to get members. That's how that one goes.
Why is this on here? It doesn't really seem that significant.
It is.
And I agree with you. It's not exactly the most dramatic thing. You know, she live streamed for a while, but I guess it was a chapter in her channel, which some of the people in the Amberlynn verse seem to remember.
Do you think the live streams hurt your channel because you're getting a lot less views? Someone replied and said, I think it boils down to her being bored.
You can tell he hasn't been part of Girl World for very long at this point. At this point, he wasn't.
On her own. She doesn't have the creativity or personality to carry videos on her own.
Thank
yes,
you.
Live streams completely hurt my channel.
Amberlynn, to be honest with you, I feel like what actually affects your channel is being involved in a controversy every single day. It seems at this point I could go on to...
No, every controversy she's in, it just brings her more and more views. It brings her more and more subscribers. And like right now, she's off of the internet because of her aunt supposedly suing her. Right? I say supposedly because one moment it's yes, one moment it's no. One moment it's I can afford it. One moment it's I got, the wrong information. Everything just keeps changing every which way. But she's supposed to be back soon.
YouTube and search your name, and there will be another video made about how you've lied, gaslit, or manipulated somebody in some form of scenario. This is the thing which is a rather reoccurring pattern. You lie, you get exposed, you gaslight, you girl boss, and you manipulate. That's probably why your channel's in a bad state. Not...
Oh, Oh, no. That's why her channel is in a decent state. It's because whenever she's not doing something crazy, people don't watch. And she knows that. That's why sometimes she gets herself in some trouble just so she can get them views up, because she needs the money. She's not making those 100,000 views like she used to just by sitting on her butt and doing nothing. She has to actually try to put forth some kind of effort these days.
Not necessarily because of the live streams, probably because you come off of a somewhat of a bad person. But everybody, we've made it. We've got past the tip of the iceberg, so I want everybody to go to the comment section and comment a clap emoji down below, because you should be proud of yourselves. We've done it. We've got through the first segment, and I feel like we did it pretty quickly, and I am very impressed with all of us for sitting back and enjoying. Now, I do just want to say,
hey, y'all, look at me. Y'all can go ahead and do whatever you want down there in the comment section. Y'all can hate me if you want to. Like I said, I'm just a talking.
it's a hydration check. Please make sure to pick up a liquid that you are consuming right now, preferably not a Pepsi Max, because I don't think this is the most healthy thing to be drinking right now. Instead, you should be drinking water, green tea, coffee, whatever.
I put the wrong brown on my eyes. Y'all excuse me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just have a drink, hydrate, and let's get into it, because we have
what in the world?
A lot to get through, ladies and gentlemen, and MDs. Now, this part of the iceberg is where things start to get a little bit weirder, a little bit darker, and a little bit worse in general. And the starting point of this bit of the
I'll tell you whether or not it's worse. I'll tell you that.
Iceberg is quite sad. Well, it's very sad. This was a very big part of Amberlynn's channel, Amberlynn's life in general, and I'm not really too comfortable of showing it, but it is a part of the iceberg.
Are we talking about the C word? I got opinions on that one if that's what we're going to talk about.
It is a massive part of Amberlynn's life, and this is Amberlynn being diagnosed with uterine cancer.
I've been having panic attacks.
That's one of her most viewed videos there are. The very most viewed videos there are on her channel. And she left that up for a reason, and I'm going to shut up just because I don't know what else he's going to say.
Oh, God. So I got my results back, and I do have cancer.
All right, let me tell you something real fast, okay? Y'all are getting a lot of knowledge you probably don't want. But everybody, all the reaction channels quit talking about Amberlynn whenever it came down to this. And everybody said they were not going to talk about her as long as she had this. Everybody felt sorry for her. Everybody felt sad for her. Everybody was praying for her. And then in no time flat, she went back to the same Amberlynn Reid everybody already knew.
I have womb cancer. And so it's uterine cancer.
Now, naturally, this is something to obviously not be joked about. I am somebody that has lost a lot of family.
It's not about joking about it. The thing is Amberlynn never, ever, every time she was told to go into the OBGYN, she never went. The entire time, she never went. Everybody would tell her, hey, you need to go get checked out. She refused to do it. So then, after so many visits to the ER, they finally found it. But she had to go back to back to back and go ER jumping before they found it.
Members to cancer, and I think all of you guys have probably dealt with some form of, relation to cancer.
My mama.
In your lifetimes. It's a horrible thing, and whilst, I've made jokes about, illness and stuff like that before, never at the expense of somebody who truly is going through it or dealing with cancer or any form of relation to it. I'm not going to make a joke about it, and I think if you go to the comment section and make a joke about it, please just don't. It's just not a thing that I'm
The C word is something I don't like talking about it. I don't say the word. I don't want it in my comment section. I don't want none of that unless you're going to be nice about it. But like I said, dealt with it in my family, no longer have a family member from it. Couple of family members from it, but that particular one
comfortable with, and I just feel like morally it's just a messed up thing to do. Now, funnily enough, because of Amberlynn's history on the internet, there was a lot of speculation over whether Amberlynn actually lied about this cancer diagnosis, but Amberlynn actually made a video where she came out and showed evidence showing and proving that she indeed...
When? Where? The paperwork that she showed where we couldn't see who it was, we couldn't see what type it was, we couldn't see anything on it. Now, Beck came out. The only reason why people believe she had it is because Beck came out and said that she did. That's the only reason why. Because if Beck would have said no, she didn't have it, it wouldn't matter exactly what she showed. It wouldn't matter anything because we would have believed Beck over her any day.
Has a cancer diagnosis.
If I'm talking too fast, I am so sorry, but I'm trying not to make this 4 hours long.
This is like so personal and private. If you want your proof, here's your proof.
Yep. Can y'all see that? Can y'all read that? Can y'all? Yeah, I think some people said that she could have gotten that off of ChatGPT. She could have gotten that off the internet. I mean, that right there was no proof to nothing.
Here's an actual medical record.
And you know, obviously, I'm very glad that Amberlynn didn't lie about having cancer. Lying about a diagnosis like that is genuinely one of the most disgusting things that...
But what does that say to a person? What does that say about her? Because people would believe that she would lie about it. People believe that that would be something. I mean, when Beck came out and said, I don't know for sure, everybody was like, we knew you lied. We knew you lied. So she had to go back and show another form of video or paperwork that she actually had it. And so those are my opinions.
Any human being could do. Personally, I don't know anyone that's lied about having cancer, but if you did do it, you're probably a shitty person, a terrible person in fact, because cancer is a terrible thing which ruins the lives of a lot of people around the globe.
Yes.
But yeah, I would like to happily say there is a positive end to this part of the iceberg of Amberlynn actually did upload a video stating that she has indeed beaten cancer.
But as of right now, I am cancer free.
She also couldn't fit in the MRI machine. She couldn't fit in the CAT machine. She couldn't fit into anything. So she was saying, hey, I beat it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. However, she never could get proof of that because she was too big.
Actually bawling my eyes out, and I was like thanking her, and I could tell she probably gets that kind of praise every single day. I was literally bawling. I was just like, oh my god, so thank you so much.
So yeah, I guess I could just end this part of the iceberg here by saying, great, I don't really know what to say here.
I'm glad she doesn't have it anymore. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to set the record straight and tell you just a little bit more in case you're new to the Amberverse.
Without sounding like a dick. Like, yeah, this is fantastic news. Can we move on now? Because I'm kind of uncomfortable. Moving on. Octavia, the Octavia diet, I think.
Yep, done a video on that one too.
Well, this is where things start to get interesting. This is where I first started to look into the case files of Amberlynn Reid, because this is where I started
Then you're way behind, buddy boy.
to get interested, because I've always had a lot of interest in diet culture, and this is where Amberlynn started a diet back in February of 2019.
Hey guys, so we have a very large unboxing. Today is my first day on Optavia, and I am super excited, and I wanted to unbox.
Fun fact, it was one of her commenters that convinced her to try Octavia because it had so many good reviews on it, and that person had lost a bunch of weight. I lost a bunch of weight, but that was due to exercise and my own well-being.
It's a lot. I wanted to unbox all this with you guys, so...
Strangely enough, 9 days later, Amberlynn quit.
Also, a lot of people are probably going to be like, hey, I told you.
And it was working for her, according to her, because she said that she wasn't hungry and this, that, and the other, but everybody else was eating hot dogs and she wanted to.
So, but a few days ago, I have officially decided not to do Optavia. I have decided this through talking with my health coach, with my girlfriend, with tons of people who are close to me.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, back in 2019,
Everybody told her not to do it in the first daggum place, and she wouldn't listen to anybody. She absolutely would not. So she got a bunch of I told you so, I told you so, I told you so in the comments.
this was seen as a very controversial thing, a very bad thing. You quit a diet after 9 days, but it's been 3 years now and it's 2022, and if Amberlynn started a diet now and went for 9 days straight, I would actually applaud her, because that would be like a record time for her.
Nobody wanted her doing that diet because it was... no.
So, I don't know if I could even be mad at her. 9 days is a long time for Amberlynn Reid. She has now, I think, broken a...
People were more mad that she didn't listen.
a diet within a day or even 2 days, something like that. Definitely shorter than 9 days. So yeah, I'm not exactly that mad at that because of how crazy her diet schedule has actually gotten in more recent times. Amberlynn quitting diets is a very big trend on the internet. It's something which she is basically known for more than anything else, and hence this is quite high up on the iceberg.
Okay, this is just my opinion, and it's only my opinion. Like all of this is ever going to be, is just my opinion. But I think sometimes she gets on the diet wagon, like when she does the WW or the JC. I think that she gets to ride it off, and whenever she starts gaining a whole bunch of weight and not trying to lose it, that's when people get upset with her, because there's always a new audience coming in going, okay, you know, I failed a diet, I failed again and again and again and again and again. It takes you a while to realize that Amberlynn's gonna fail every single diet, no matter what it is.
But then we move on to something which I guess I can understand being this low on the iceberg, or not too high on the iceberg. It's Amberlynn's love for Lego. This is something that I didn't realise was a thing, but apparently, well, it's a thing.
I've been putting together expert Legos.
Okay, we need to stop this, and we just need to pause and say, guys, can we stop? Can we just stop doing this, Americans? Can we stop calling it Legos? It's Lego? It's like
No, because to Miss Amberlynn, it's Lego.
Lego, all right? It's Lego, not Legos. It is Lego. I don't care what anybody says. I'm just frustrated at even hearing it. So please, can everybody go to the comment section and comment Lego? Thank you very much.
Lego.
But yeah, that's basically it. She likes Lego. The Chris.
No, she has nothing better to do with her time besides do Legos. And that tells you, or Lego. Listen to me, I'm saying Lego because of her. But she has nothing better to do with her time. She gives us updates on it and everything like everybody cares. Nobody cares. She spends a lot of money on them. And that's what she does instead of her job of vlogging or going live. She doesn't do her job. She does Lego. Play.
Era. This is another girlfriend of Amberlynn who featured on the Amberlynn Reid channel between the years of 2013 and 2015. The year I started university and the year I lost my mental health. Oh God, that got a bit dark. Yeah.
A lot of people guessed what I was going through. I'm not sure how. Lucky guessed about a month ago.
She started, you got to keep in mind, she started her channel when she was with Crystal.
I was having some troubles in my relationship. I keep about 99% of my life private, and the other 1% I do like end up telling you.
Not
Crystal
anymore.
and I were having like a little issue. We were trying to work it out for about 2 weeks. We didn't tell anybody. We just kept everything private completely. And on April 1st, things kind of just, everything kind of.
If it wasn't for Crystal's parents providing her an iPhone to even start with all this, she wouldn't have a channel. So she needs to say thank you to Crystal a lot, and Crystal's parents. She owes them.
I blew up into smoke. We decided to break up.
Oh, sorry, I was just writing down some notes about how Amberlynn Reid has got a better romantic history than you or me or anybody else watching this video right now.
Oh yeah, it's really romantic to live off of somebody else's parents. Oh yeah, that's romantic now.
God. Again, I'm not shaming. In fact, I'm applauding. In fact, I'm saying, I'm shaming the people watching this video. You're incredibly lonely. Like you're watching an iceberg video about Amberlynn Reid.
Hey, guess what? I'm not lonely. I've been married for over 22 years, and most of the time I tell him, I need a alone time myself. But you know, he don't listen, neither do I.
Weight Watchers, a diet that a lot of people like to do. A diet that Amberlynn clearly likes to do.
So, today is day one.
I think it's something that she likes to ride off at a certain time.
Back on Weight Watchers. I'm gonna give it a go.
Well, 2 days later.
My weigh-in for you guys. So
You're lucky if it lasts 2 days.
I am gaining weight, even though I started Weight Watchers.
Now, naturally, a lot of people were quick to point out the fact that Amberlynn, you can't lose weight in 2 days. You may be able to lose a pound or two in 2 days, but most of that will be water weight. It's virtually impossible to start a diet and lose any big forms of progress in 2 days. Like, I'm sorry, but that just isn't the case, and this is where a lot of people started accusing Amberlynn of attention seeking, of using diet culture as a way to profit on her channel, because naturally
No, people did that for years. It's not the Weight Watchers, it's not the Jenny Craig, it's not the Octavia, it's not any of that. Amberlynn has always said, oh, I lost weight, and people used to say, it's water weight. And then she finally caught on that that's what it was.
By doing a lot of diet videos, people will have their interest because they are personally interested in that diet as well, and it will bring in viewers to Amberlynn's channel. And this is why a lot of these diets appear on this iceberg, because Amberlynn has regularly been accused of faking these videos, or faking these diets in general, just in the pursuit of monetary gain. And to be honest with you, I do completely agree with that. Whilst I do think that Amberlynn's weight loss journey did start off with a very genuine intent at the beginning, I do believe that she truly did want to lose weight.
That's why people tell Amberlynn every time she starts her acting up, everybody tells Amberlynn, you need to go back to your very first video and rewatch it. And she hates having to do that.
And probably still does, but now she knows that doing diet videos is obviously going to make her a lot of money, and if she lost all the weight and didn't have that big weight loss journey in the future, she would not have, I guess, the views that she thinks that she is getting now in the future, which I actually don't agree with. I think if Amberlynn just did healthy lifestyle videos, it would probably do very well. There's actually
No, absolutely not.
compilation videos on the internet between 2014 and 2020 of Amberlynn starting and restarting Weight Watchers diets, hence it's on the iceberg. It's a very popular thing, which Amberlynn has actually spoken about herself, about how she knows she keeps failing this diet, and at this point it's becoming a little bit of a meme, a little bit of a...
It's not becoming a meme, it's just part of her channel. If she starts going downhill and people get onto her for gaining too much weight, then she automatically goes on some kind of weight loss journey.
Joke, hence again, it's on the iceberg. But now moving on to something a bit more obscure, which is journaling.
Hello, you guys. Beautiful, lovely people. Okay, so I used to do a lot of journaling back in the day. I'm talking like obsessed.
Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually really relate to this one.
I'm pausing this way too much, guys, and I am so sorry. I need to learn to shut up more.
Like, I'm not actually making any jokes here. Journals are something that I really like to collect, and I genuinely don't know why. I will, like, see a nice looking journal, and I'll buy it, and I'll never use it. Maybe I'll write...
There's a difference between collecting journals and hoarding them. She would buy so many that she would have to give stacks upon stacks away to Goodwill.
One page, but I will never use it. I've got journals lying around from 3 years ago just because I thought it looked nice and I thought I'd buy it, and I feel like this is something a lot of people actually have, and I'm kind of glad, even though it was a bit obscure, I'm glad it's on this list because it's made me feel a little less insane. Now the next part of this iceberg I'm not really going to go into specifics about because one, it would make me a little bit uncomfortable to speak about it because it is extremely personal, and I also think it's extremely obvious. It is Amberlynn's parents were drug abusers. That's not my place to speak, and as
we leave that alone, even though she brings it up all the time, especially about Mama Lynn. And you know what? Her childhood is her identity. So she can't let go of that, or, you know, she wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
Said, there are going to be fairly deep topics on here, and I just want to avoid that one. But then...
And I'm pausing it a lot because I don't know how nice INabber is in real life. I don't know if he'll come after me or not, especially for what I'm doing to his video.
Next part of this I am more than happy to speak about because I've spoken about it quite a few times, and that is Amberlynn's gaslighting.
The first and foremost thing that I want to say is being in denial and lying are two completely different things.
Now, if there's a big criticism to have of Amberlynn Reid, other than all the horrendous things that she's allegedly done, it's the gaslighting, it's the lying, the very simple things, but the very common recurring patterns throughout her whole history of...
I was going to say, you don't even have to say gaslighting. You can just say downright lying, because that's what she flat out does, and she will admit to it. She has no problem.
YouTube. Now in that video, as you saw, Amberlynn was caught lying and seemingly tried to convince her audience that she actually wasn't lying. No. She wasn't lying, she was, in denial. So she decided to convince her audience of that, which, to me personally, knowing...
He needs to mention Liar Lynn is part of this daggum... Amberverse, universe, whatever you want to call it, I don't care.
Somebody's manipulative as Amberlynn Reid, I feel like that is a little bit of gaslighting. And as I said, it's a very recurring theme throughout Amberlynn's channel. If you search Amberlynn Reid, lying, exposed, or gaslighting, I guarantee you it's going to come up with quite a few results. It's a massive critique of her, and she is...
I've already done Tom McDonald's video. I've done her reply to Tom. And oh, goodness gracious. I've done too many Amberlynn videos.
Obviously, just in general, quite a big gaslighter. But now we move straight back into the conversation of diet topics, because we have Jenny Craig, which is apparently a type of diet, I guess, that Amberlynn seemed to want to actually do.
Hey guys, so welcome to
She pretended to like the food. You could tell she didn't like it because she didn't stay with it. And most of the food she donated to somebody else.
Day 1 of me being on Jenny Craig. I'm really excited.
Now, you've probably guessed it, this is another failed diet for Amberlynn Reid, and it seems like there's a bit of a repetitive cycle which we're going
Every diet is a failed diet of Amberlynn Reid.
to actually get into later in this video, because a cycle is actually a part of this iceberg lower down. But yes, this is a cycle. Amberlynn did a few videos about the Jenny Craig diet and then she seemingly stopped, but then weirdly enough, around a month later, started the diet again?
I know you guys are probably rolling your eyes at the title, which I understand. Like, you guys see me as this very indecisive person, and I am an indecisive person. I live with myself 24/7.
No, I see you as somebody who knows how to play the system and knows how to play the game. When you see your numbers and your views starting to drop, you know exactly how to bring them back up.
Just imagine how Becky feels. So yes, I will be doing Jenny Craig again.
So she started the diet, then she stopped the diet, and then she started the diet, and then, only a few months later, she stopped the diet and started doing another one.
Hey guys, so welcome to day 0 of a new series, and I am so excited.
And there are two things we can either take from this. We can either take from the fact that Amberlynn Reid is a victim of diet culture. She has seen the amount of diets in the world, and she is so desperate to lose weight that she is honestly just trying to do every single one. She just wants to lose weight, and she's willing to try absolutely everything. But because of this, because of so many people being successful in this diet, it's almost making her feel a little bit sad, and
No.
she's just giving up very easily.
No.
Or we can go with the other option, which is Amberlynn realizes that diet culture sells. She realizes
Yes.
that a lot of people out there have a lot of interest in diets, and she realizes that if she puts her spin on that, she can make a lot of moolah, a lot of money. And to be honest with you,
Like I said, she gets her views from people saying, oh, when Amberlynn says, oh, I failed, you know, I was doing so good and I failed. I, you know, ate a cheeseburger last night. Everybody can say, oh yeah, at one point or another I failed. We're not all perfect, blah, 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 blah. That's what Amberlynn thrives off of.
I think it's a bit of both, but mainly nowadays I think it's to do with the monetary gain aspect of things. I think that Amberlynn fully knows how to lose weight. I think she fully understands that if she wants to, she could probably just quite easily lose weight.
I think Amberlynn is perfectly fine and perfectly happy being the weight that she is, because she does way too many thirst traps to be somebody who doesn't like who she is.
By being in a calorific deficit. But yeah, I think Amberlynn completely exploits diet culture, and yeah, moving on to the incorrect pronunciation of words. I understand that's a little bit
Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing about that because I pronounce everything wrong, okay? Sometimes I get my Texas straw and man, I tell you, I can't do nothing right.
ironic, considering throughout this entire video, I've been fighting for my life.
I choreographed, and me and my dad were actually reminiscing talent shows. I'd choreograph them. I used to be in dance groups. I would choreograph dances to do in talent shows.
There are certain words that she says incorrectly on purpose because she knows it gets her attention.
Choreograph.
That is channel called Dainty, basically does a lot of compilations about Amberlynn and I guess worst moments, her funniest moments, her cringiest moments, and in this one here, it's become a little bit of a meme in Amberlynn verse that Amberlynn mispronounces words, and it even plays into the hater section that I mentioned earlier, because Amberlynn seemingly mispronounces the word hater every time she says it.
She mispronounces a lot of words because she wants to, and she calls you a hater instead of hater.
Right along with the trolls and the haters.
Hater.
Haters.
And to be honest with you, I relate to
My horses eat hay, and so I say hay a lot, so I understand hater.
this. I can't speak the English language perfectly myself, and I don't really see this to be a bad thing. It's more just a little meme in the Amberlynn verse, and that's
No.
absolutely fine. But moving on to Drunklyn, which I guess is just supposedly a nickname. I just can't speak today.
No, it's a part of Amberverse. Because Drunklyn is fun. Drunklyn says things that sober Amberlynn will not say. Drunklyn don't care, that's why we like Drunklyn.
Supposedly a nickname for Amberlynn when she's drunk.
So yeah, this is Caribbean rum with coconut liquor. I don't know. I like it. So Drunklyn might be a Lynn that's gonna show up.
Sometimes she pretended to be drunk when she wasn't. You can always tell when she's drunk because she'll come live and she will not care. She'll say things that'll make your mouth drop.
Up here soon.
Now, I'm not exactly sure to why this is on the iceberg. It's not really anything mesmerizing or impressive, but you know, it's on there. It's a part of the Amberlynn-verse lore, and we're now going to move on to 4XL clothing, which I think, again, we can just skip past.
Guys, like I said, he knows a lot more about her now. I'm just going back, and just in case y'all don't know, I'm just trying to let y'all know some more of the ins and the outs. And like I said, she's a size 6X. She used to say she was a size 4X, and she would squeeze into the clothes. Clothes didn't have to fit, just as long as they did in her mind.
Because I think it's pretty self-explanatory of Amberlynn Reid wearing 4XL clothing. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have any issues with that. I sound like I'm actually trying to convince you guys that I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue. £300 at 11 years old. For some perspective here.
I don't care. I was a big girl whenever I was younger, and the only reason why I wasn't big after so long was I joined sports, and my coach wouldn't let me be big.
Yeah, a lot of you probably know that I've gone through a weight loss journey of losing over 100 pounds. At my heaviest at age 24, so at 6'2", I was 315 pounds. So Amberlynn Reid being around, I think, 5'3" and 300 pounds at the age of 11, where she's probably going to be like 4 foot, is absolutely insane, almost to a point of where I'm not sure if I actually believe that.
I weigh 290
She talks about being put on a diet whenever she was in foster care.
pounds when I was 10, 11 years old. That is the lowest weight I remember ever being. And I was only just 10 and 11 years old.
Now, if there's one thing to take from this clip, is the fact that there was a sign of innocence at the beginning of this. An innocent want to actually lose weight. It's very clear.
And she was extremely, you could tell a big difference in Amberlynn when she really wants to lose weight. You can tell a difference, but most of the time she doesn't want to lose weight. She just wants your views and your chang-chang.
In my mind, that Amberlynn is somebody that has struggled with weight throughout her entire life, and she has always wanted to lose weight. And I believe at the beginning of her YouTube journey, as I've said in this video, she had genuine intentions, which has now spurred into the intentions of gaining a lot of money. But ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
can we just get
you're
another
right.
round of applause in the comment section, because I'm getting a little bit tired. We're not even halfway through this video.
I'm not even a quarter way, well, let's see, we're not even gonna say nothing. Y'all can tell the length of this video.
I'm pretty sure, but we finally got through this part of the segment, and now we are on to a deeper part of the iceberg, which involves things becoming a little bit more obscure.
Like what?
And it starts off by referencing Crystal, one of Amberlynn's exes, in Crystal's parents giving Amberlynn an allowance.
Yep.
Now, to be honest with you, me and my researchers couldn't actually find anything to, I guess, back this up about Amberlynn's ex-girlfriend's parents giving her an allowance or giving...
Stop talking for a second. You have evidence everywhere. Amberlynn did not work when she was with Crystal. She would go on shopping sprees at the mall, and the only reason why was because of Crystal's parents. That's it. Crystal got her money, and Amberlynn got hers, because Amberlynn liked to spend money like crazy. That's why when she got with Destiny and then realized, oh crap, I have to work for it, that's when reality hit her in the face.
Giving her pocket money, whatever you want to call it, if you're an American or a British person or anybody throughout the world. An allowance means, I guess, pocket money. And apparently Amberlynn was given pocket money from her ex-girlfriend's parents.
Charlotte Russe is not cheap. Absolutely is not cheap, and that was one of her favorite places to shop.
I don't really think this is a deep thing, but a lot of people have said that, I guess...
She should pay back Crystal's parents. Absolutely, she should pay them back, but she will never be able to. Absolutely, no, she will never pay Crystal's parents back because in her eyes, she don't owe them anything. But to me, she owes them a lot. She wouldn't have a channel without them.
Amberlynn was mooching off Crystal, living at Crystal's parents' house, and was basically just not doing anything there.
Yep.
Again, I don't really think this is anything that deep, and I don't personally care, but you know, it's a part of the Amberverse lore. Experts.
Did you hear him? He said Amberverse. Woohoo! He didn't say Amberlynn verse. He said Amberverse.
Legos. Now, I realise I've kind of messed up halfway through this. Now, whilst Amberlynn does have a little bit of a peculiar love for Lego, the reason it's actually in this iceberg isn't because of her fascination for the old bricky game. It's actually to do with the fact that, well, she mispronounces the word Legos.
Been putting together expert Legos.
I've already explained to you why it's a big issue, why Legos are a big issue.
Look, I can't really mock this. Like,
okay, and look, y'all don't have to agree with me with anything I have to say. That's perfectly fine. These are just my opinions and the way I see things and the way I've seen things since I've turned from an Amber admirer, Amber supporter to this.
As much as you guys might find this funny, I can't speak the English language correctly, and it's my native language. So, yeah, I'm not gonna laugh at this one, but yeah, she says Legos. Moving on. Now the next
on purpose because she knows it gets to people. You gotta add that in there too.
Next part of this is something a bit mean. It is, I can't lie to you all. It's a little bit mean, but at the same time, it is incredibly funny. So it's OBCD, and I'm just gonna
Nicocado avocado.
Play a little clip, and you're gonna see it. Basically, Amberlynn gets a little comment during her live stream where she was speculating over the fact that she may possibly have OCD.
Still not broke, still going good. So yeah, you don't have OCD, you have OBCD.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt her right now. The reason why I said Nicocado is because him and his spouse Orlin they make fun of Amberlynn a lot. And so he was in the closet one day looking at food and he said, I have OCD. And no, you have OBCD. So I don't know what came first, this comment or his.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know my psychiatrist was on here. Thank you.
Emotional damage.
Okay. I shouldn't laugh because it is really mean, but I'm not gonna laugh.
No, you should laugh. We all laugh. We all laugh at her because it's absolutely ridiculous. She's diagnosed with everything under the daggum sun.
The thing I've noticed about the whole Amberlynn Reid community is there is a lot of brutality in the humour, and as I have kind of explored the whole thing throughout my research of this iceberg, like, I'm not justifying a lot of it, but there are some really bad things that Amberlynn has done, some really fishy things, and I'm like, well, a little joke here and there, I don't think it's the worst thing, so I'm just gonna move on to the next part.
People would care if it wasn't something she did all the time. But she's constantly causing the reason why people say stuff like that to her. It's who she is as a person.
Which is wifey. Now, wifey is one of the biggest parts of the Amberlynn story. If you know about Amberlynn Reid, you've probably heard of the person wifey. Basically, this is a girlfriend or former girlfriend of Amberlynn Reid's, and it's somebody that nobody has actually seen. It's an unknown...
Not true. The one thing you don't mess with is Girl World, okay? Don't mess with them. There is a picture that is circulating of wifey outside smoking her cigarette, and somebody caught her outside the apartment, so we know exactly what wifey looked like.
Specimen, an unknown human being which there isn't any photos of or videos as far...
There is. Just trust me. If you don't want to, that's fine.
As I believe. If I'm wrong, please correct me down below, but I have done research and I couldn't
No, I'll correct you in the video. It's okay, INabber. Not everybody knows everything whenever it comes to Amber.
Find any videos of this person, but all I could really find is that wifey is a former girlfriend of Amberlynn's, and hey, she's hot, according to Amberlynn's ex.
When is Wifey going to come forward as a prime candidate in the Casey Anthony tribal trials? We know she's over 300 pounds. You guys have no idea where
She's not.
They only...
Wifey wasn't fit, but Wifey had a decent body type, and then she gets with Amberlynn, and she gets on the whole thing of eating like Amberlynn does, eating out when Amberlynn does, and then you could tell just by the bottom half that you got to see of Wifey in the videos, you could tell her legs and stuff gained weight.
No.
Yeah, like
She's so far from that.
she's fire. Oh my god. I constantly am like, why do you like me? I don't understand. But you're wrong. Love that for you.
No, she's hot. And I like her. She's cool.
I don't know about you guys, but I do find it a little bit strange that Amberlynn's ex-girlfriend Becky is sat next to her, basically, like, I guess calling Amberlynn's new girlfriend, or I guess potential future at this point girlfriend's hot.
And Beck actually said Beck is the one that released the name of Wifey on accident because Beck said that she loved Amberlynn and Wifey's name Jade too.
It's just a little bit of a weird scenario. Am I weird for thinking that this is weird?
You're not weird, but the thing is she was just trying to back up what Amberlynn was saying because everybody believed that Wifey was a certain way, and Beck's like, no, 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 no. So Beck just had her back.
But yes, at this point in this clip, I don't believe Amberlynn is actually dating Wifey, but apparently Wifey had actually bought plane tickets to go and visit Amberlynn, and that's when you know it's serious. I mean,
If y'all, I've already done the live stream, so I'm just going to leave it alone, but nobody knew Wifey was coming, including Beck. Beck had to get out because of the C word, COVID, and it just so happened that Wifey came in, and Amberlynn was in no big rush to get Beck back.
Anybody buying plane tickets to visit Amberlynn Reid probably should get checked up on, but just take a look at this clip.
How much weight do you have to lose to meet Wifey? Well, she already booked a flight. So we have the exact day, so.
And you notice how Beck does not care. Beck could give two craps less.
Now after this, things start to get a little bit more suspicious, because despite trying to hide the identity of this person, Amberlynn gets a donation, a $2 donation, and it says, "You've been killing it, babe, see you in September," and then Amberlynn then claims that this is Wifey, and it's not like I'm denying the existence of Wifey, but
Why? I need to just wait and see what he says. I just need to wait.
I do find it a little bit strange that Amberlynn is very dead set on, I guess, having this private life of not revealing who Wifey is, but then she is very eager to reveal the fact that this was Wifey in her chat, and
She doxed Wifey every single live stream because she would say stuff like Brooklyn Bridge. Well, where's Brooklyn Bridge located? Well, guess what? You know where Wifey was.
is very eager to speak about them. So it's kind of like she wants a private life, but at the same time doesn't. And again, it's not the most deepest thing in the world, but it is a little bit weird.
You've been killing it, babe. See you in September. Oh, did you see that right there? That's really her.
What?
Yeah. That's her, y'all. Okay? It is what it is.
Now, a lot of people, as I said,
Jade kind of doxed herself there because of her username.
in the Amberverse have debated the actual existence of Wifey. Personally, I like to think that she exists, but at the same time, after everything I've read in my research of this, I'm not exactly sure at this point. So many people have
She existed. You could see her in videos and, you know, you could hear her and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone.
tried to work out who is Wifey, and is she a troll? Is she taking advantage of Amberlynn and just using her for attention and using her for, I guess, views, despite nobody actually knows who she is?
No, everybody wanted Wifey on camera because everybody needed a side character, but Amberlynn gets downright boring.
And despite all of the rumours, despite all of the speculation and research, Amberlynn actually released a video where she now claims that this side character in the Amberlynn cinematic universe no longer exists.
Guys, we all know she won't talk about Wifey. She's never going to address Wifey unless she gets caught on camera by accident or something. Until then, it's just the cat, changing the fire alarm battery, and a friend driving her around. Okay.
Amberlynn denied for a long time that wifey was there because she didn't want anybody to know wifey was in her apartment. But we all noticed that somebody was there, and Amberlynn was looking over to the side at somebody. Somebody changed the fire alarm battery, and it definitely wasn't a ghost. So we knew that wifey was there. Amberlynn tried to deny it. And then Amberlynn said that she had a different wifey. Well, wifey 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, they're all the same wifey.
Wifey no longer exists. Wifey is a thing in the past. We do still talk. I am dating someone. I remember I told you guys that I was talking to someone. Now we have officially started dating.
I feel like this is kind of like when Kevin Feige went up to Edward Norton after he played the Hulk and said,
"You know what, Edward? You're not in this thing anymore. We've got Mark and we don't need you. You no longer exist in this cinematic universe. We've got somebody else."
Because, yeah, she no longer exists, and that's my brief explanation of wifey. She's this mysterious...
It's not that brief, but back then, at this time, maybe it was brief to him.
hot figure who, I guess Amberlynn dated for a while. Who is wifey? Well, I guess we'll never know. But actually, no, that's kind of not true, because apparently Amberlynn is still dating wifey, according to a expose video, and I am a little bit confused, because apparently Amberlynn Reid said she has a new girlfriend, and she said that Amberlynn's new girlfriend's favourite film is Willy Wonka, but also...
everything of her new girlfriend was the same exact thing as her last girlfriend. The last girlfriend was wifey, the new girlfriend is wifey.
Wifey's favourite film is also Willy Wonka. I don't know how we've gotten onto Willy Wonka, but just take a look at this exposed video.
So you know what I did? I went over there and I watched the 6,000 damn Snapchats, and Amberlynn Reid done slipped up, and she posted this one right here. Boom. What is your girlfriend's favorite movie? And it says right there, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know the one, that 1971 film with Gene Wilder? He got that big ass hat and he eats some chocolate or some nonsense over there? Yes, it's a little bit specific, that movie, right? And if you know right now, Amberlynn Reid says she got a new girlfriend. She gave the other wifey a boot and sent her back home, right? But nobody believing a damn word that Amberlynn Reid's saying. So you know what?
No, because Amberlynn Reid lies all the daggum time. Plus, wifey had no chance whenever it came to the girl world. You do not play with. Okay, you don't. If you get involved with Amberlynn, you deserve everything that you get out of it.
What I did a little bit damn detectiveness, because I remember sitting through all them live streams, them hundreds of hours of live streams where she had wifey on there. And I remember somebody asked her the question, what was wifey's favorite movie, right? And Amberlynn Reid had no damn answer. So you know who answered this question. The one and only wifey herself. She was on FaceTime or some nonsense, and she answered this question in her own voice. So it's 100%, 0% proof that she said this herself. So let's just sit back and watch Amberlynn Reid expose.
Amberlynn is a horrible liar, an absolute horrible liar, and you can read her every time she decides she's going to try to fib.
That wifey lives with her once again because wifey told her her favorite movie right now. Here we go. Boom.
What's her favorite movie? Hold on. Oh, I swear she's told me this. Favorite movie.
I don't know if I've done this live stream or not. I've done so many. Oh my goodness gracious. I've gotten lost at what I brought to y'all and what I haven't.
Damn.
Babe, come on.
Oh, you scared me. Okay, wait, what is it? Wait, I forget. Give me a hint.
Don't judge me for this. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes. Yes, Willy. Oh.
Look, all I can really say here is, I don't know, maybe Amberlynn Reid is a big part of the Willy Wonka fan club.
No.
Or maybe she's just completely and utterly bullshitting about absolutely everything.
Yes.
Who knows at this point? Now, obviously, it's all...
We all know, and you throughout this time, you yourself, you've gotten more used to the Amberverse, and you know what to call her out on now.
A little bit sus. Nobody really knows what the answers are here. Is Amberlynn's girlfriend wifey real? Who knows? Is she still dating wifey? Who knows? It's all a big part of the Amberlynn cinematic universe, but that is our introduction to wifey. Moving on. Now, the next bit of this does...
No, I did the live stream where she decided she was going to introduce everybody to wifey the first time, and all you get is the hand.
involve two specific parts that I'm going to combine into one, and this
Okay.
is the raindrops and pedal eavesdrop and the Casey era. I'm going to combine them because basically these two topics kind of play
Y'all can go look at my channel. I've done a video on Rain and Pedals Eavesdrop.
into each other, and
Eavesdrop. I can't speak either.
I do just want to give a quick warning that it does involve the topics of SA. This is a very serious part of this iceberg, and I am not really going to go into too many specifics here. I do just want to give a broad understanding of these two situations. And we are going to start this off with
If you want to know the situation, go watch that video
raindrops and
of mine. It's on my channel.
pedal eavesdrop, a poem that Amberlynn actually uploaded onto her channel, which I now think doesn't actually exist on her channel.
Nope.
Speaking Up by Amberlynn Reid. Let's see. Who does everyone believe? Let's start gambling our life, rolling dice like knives on a platter. Who will survive? Will it be the false nightmare you spit, or the reality I have tied to a place of sadness, and now revealed and altered into madness? Why are you going to break the tide and just leave it there? Break the ice?
Oh, he put a lot in there. We don't usually use that much of the clip. We just use what she says because she says she used the wrong word.
And throw the stone and not think twice.
Now, a lot of people were kind of confused to what this poem was relating to. A lot of people kind of speculated over whether it kind of refers to some deeper feelings.
Rain and Pedals Eavesdrop. Use the first letters.
But a lot of people also know that it did relate to deeper themes because there was actually a video uploaded before this poem, which is now deleted, where Amberlynn actually speaks about a past relationship that she had with somebody who she alleges SA'd her.
Was with a...
I have this one and that one and the poem in one video. See, that's it. Play.
Girl named... I feel very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's no longer, so I'm able to say her name because she's a woman.
No, once they don't want to use that name anymore, that name is bye-bye. You don't use it.
Once was person, like, is no longer here anymore, obviously.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not gonna say his new name because we're talking about her. Transgender talk is too confusing, so we're just gonna leave it as that. So her name was... She was helping me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about, but I know it must have been something really stupid, probably about the laundry.
She took this down for a reason. Absolutely, she took it down.
Blah, blah, blah. And she was carrying her clothes, I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was like carrying mine. And then I want to say this happened, it's been like 6-7 years, so memories are kind of like fading here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk, and I remember her dropping what was in her hand.
Casey's already done a whole stream of this and proving that it was a lie or contradicting everything Amberlynn said.
And she took me by the throat and she started yelling at me. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for like a month or whether you've been with them for like 6 years, if you say no to a...
She wasn't with Casey that long.
...act, your partner should accept that. That is where I firmly stand. But she didn't. And she would literally sit there and beg me.
Now, this video is very uncomfortable for a multitude of reasons here. Now, I'm not going to speculate over who's right and who's wrong here because after this video, it did become a big back and forth. The person in this situation, Casey, actually did respond, calling out Amberlynn and actually alleging that Amberlynn...
See, as soon as Amberlynn knew that Casey was a he, that's all that Casey needs to be referred to, is he.
...was the one that abused them rather than he abusing her.
She grabbed my arm with her nails. First time. Any physical that was negative. And I remember...
I'm trying not to interrupt so much because I know some of y'all get aggravated with me when I do.
That clearly. It shocked me. It shocked me really, really bad. And it was just, I didn't know what to make of it, really. I'm 16 years old. I didn't know what, I mean, I knew what physical abuse was, but not really. So, I mean, I was a kid. I was a child. So I just assumed, okay, I made her mad.
Casey was underage, and if I'm not mistaken, Miss Amberlynn wasn't.
I mean, when I would get my mom mad, she'd spank me, or she'd like, get my ear, or like, the things a mom would do, a dad would do, behave, But so that shocked me. But nothing really happened a little while after that.
You know what is really suspicious out of all of this whenever it comes to Amberlynn and Casey? Casey will continue to say, I did not do it. I was not involved in that. Amberlynn, on the other hand, took down her video, did the Rain and Petals poem, and took that one down. Casey will still stand up and say, I did not do it.
So I was just, whatever. Now, the thing what she said with the laundry, that's a big false. Big false. Want to know how I know that? Because me and my mom would do her laundry. Me and my mom would go do laundry. She wasn't getting up to do laundry. She maybe did it a couple of times, a handful of times, probably counting on my one hand. She didn't do it all the time.
Beck had to end up doing the laundry for Amberlynn because Amberlynn could put it in the washer, but she was too big to get the laundry out of the washing machine.
At all. And me dropping the bag and choking her, I never, ever did that. Ever. I mean, what's the reason for me to do that? I mean, I didn't do it. And I don't know where this story came from. I didn't do it at all.
Came from her imagination because she has a very active one.
Now, the places she said about being hit, those were on me. Those were the exact places she hit me. I was the one being abused. And I will say this, I may have laid a hand on her a few times. That was in self-defense.
This was a very serious situation, and
Casey had nothing to prove to anybody because we all believed Casey over Amberlynn any day.
naturally a lot of people got very heated over it. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think the situation was exactly ever resolved, but a lot of people were angry at Amberlynn, a lot of people were taking the side of Casey, the ex in this situation, and a lot of people were also fuming and very angry over the fact that Amberlynn actually dead-named Casey, which I'm going to mute.
Yes, she did, but it was also during the Me Too movement, and Amberlynn wanted to be a part of something, because Amberlynn ain't a part of anything.
Mute the word, the name, because I'm just not comfortable with that. No matter what actually happened in this situation, I'm just not comfortable with dead naming somebody. I think that's a very messed up thing to do. This is an incredibly disturbing topic. I'm not exactly sure who is right or who is wrong in this situation.
It depends on who you believe. And Laya Lynn is not somebody anybody believes.
Draw myself out from the drama sphere, I honestly couldn't give you a conclusive opinion, because to be honest with you, I don't really know the nitty-gritty specifics of this, and I am only covering it because it is in this iceberg, and I do just want to give you a little broad explanation, and just to let you know that this actually happened and this is a part of Amberlynn's timeline.
Yes, I'm here to help you out, INabber. Just like I said, I'm just gonna explain things that you don't understand.
It does seem, based on everything I've read, most people are supportive of Casey. Most people seem to believe that Amberlynn actually abused Casey. I'm not really going to give an opinion on this because I'm not educated enough in this topic, and I do think it is best we moved away from this now. And as I said, I did just want to give you guys a brief explanation and a brief introductory, stage to this scenario. But yes, let's move on to the next bit, which is the cycle. Now, I'm not going to lie to you.
Everybody knows Amberlynn's cycle, and if you don't, I can try to do a video on that one as well.
Guys, I'm a big lover of a graph. I'm a big fan of graphs, and I don't even know why. If I see a nice graph, I'm like, that's a nice graph, and I can appreciate it. I can appreciate a lovely bit of graphics design. Now, this is basically referring to the life cycle of Amberlynn Reid's YouTube.
Yes, this is Amberlynn's cycle, and y'all can, she's very aware of her cycle, and she actually references it a couple of times.
Content from redemption to ignorance to indignation to manipulation and back to redemption. It truly is a cycle that never stops. From dietary stuff to girlfriend drama, it truly is the Amberlynn Reid life cycle. And guess what, people? It is never going to end. I promise you now, in 2 years' time, I could probably do a part 2 to this, because there are going to be so many new situations.
I need to look and see if he's done a part 2 of this, because if he has and there's anything that I need to elaborate on, I will do that one for you too.
Just in the next month involving Amberlynn. Now the next part says the Queen of Moderation, and I think this is just a meme in Amberlynn's community to do with her, I guess, saying that she's moderate with food.
No, she's actually said she's the Queen of Moderation.
I may be wrong here, but I did find this clip of Amberlynn making a statement to do with her moderation with food.
Amberlynn, why are you eating a whole bag of hot Cheetos and thinking you can lose weight? So that's what I want to talk about. I have said before, I'm the Queen of Moderation.
So there's nothing really more than I can say that this is a little meme-weemy in the Amberlynn community of her being extremely moderate with her food, and I'm just going to politely say that I agree with that statement. But we are now going to move on to one of
She's actually done a video where she named it Queen of Moderation.
my personal favourite parts of this iceberg. This is the Damon White situation. Now this is genuinely like one of the most batshit things I've heard in this whole Amberlynn, and I don't know if it's like
Let's see if he explains it correctly.
Crazy to some things actually in this, but to me personally, I see this as a very good representation of Amberlynn's character. So basically there was a Facebook group which liked to discuss Amberlynn, and she was banned from this Facebook group because they didn't really want to allow her to see what they were saying, because, you know, it's a private group and public discussion and discourse is a thing that is allowed. Free speech.
They didn't want her in there to give her opinion and say, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. Everybody wants to be able to say what they want to say, and most people don't want Amberlynn in any kind of chat about her.
You know, my good old Americans, am I right? But yeah, she wasn't allowed in this Facebook group, so Amberlynn decided to reach out to somebody who had a fake Facebook account posing as a gay man so she could infiltrate this Facebook group, and she got access to this account on her fake gay man account, and she basically started commenting on a few posts in this, and it started off with, you know, her being a relatively nuanced. She wasn't exactly defending.
There is one thing that actually made her stand out bigger than it ever, and let's see if he gets it.
Herself, but as she got, I guess, progressed in this group, it started to get worse and worse, of where she just progressively defended her own actions on the fake account, and eventually people started to get a little bit suspicious, and then the person who, I guess, created the fake account then reported Amberlynn and said, hey, Amberlynn's using this account, and this is Amberlynn defending herself in this group. Now, morally, this isn't exactly the most...
Okay, and another thing that actually brought that out to everybody is because everybody in the Amberverse knows ALR is Amberlynn Reid. Well, Damon White did not understand ALR was Amberlynn Reid. So, yeah, it was a big ding-ding, because if you're going to talk about her, you know what ALR is.
It's that crazy thing to be done, but personally I just see this as like, holy shit, do you care that much what people think about you that you are willing to pose as a gay man? I mean, fair enough.
She has admitted that she has sock accounts, so she is everywhere.
You do you, but it is it is a little bit entertaining to me. Also, I don't know why I just said that in like a negative connotation. I'm a bisexual man myself. If Amberlynn wants to pose as a bi man, I mean, it's a little bit bad, but I'm not...
Guys, I am so sorry. His is only an hour 39 minutes, and mine's almost an hour 30 at this point. I'm gonna have to quit talking so much.
Saying it's bad that she is trying to be gay. I don't even know what I'm saying here. Moving on to narcissist. This is pretty simple, and to be honest with you, I'm not really sure why this is in the iceberg. I guess it's because people think she's a narcissist, but...
People know she's a narcissist. She's admitted she's a narcissist.
Amberlynn did a narcissist test, and she actually didn't get narcissist. She got a pretty average score, and I guess she's not a narcissist.
Now I'm gonna press score my narcissism quiz now.
We all took the test for her. Back then, I was actually following Amberlynn Reid, and I was a fan of hers, okay? And we all took the test for her, and even I was sitting there going, no, she's a narcissist.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay, it says my total is 13. It says between 12 and 15 is average. So I'm right in between average. It says celebrities often score closer to 18. Narcissists score over 20.
To be honest with you, I don't really know why this is in the iceberg, because as I said earlier, you know, she didn't actually score as a...
because everybody knows she lied on that test. She did not score herself correctly. You can take any narcissist test and put Amberlynn in there, and she's going to score high as a narcissist.
Chronic narcissist, or whatever you want to call it. But alas, we have reached the bottom part of this segment, and now we can move on to the next bit. But before we go any further, I do just want to say, pat yourself on the back, because you've joined me on this journey, and we are really far in now, and I am starting...
If y'all made it this far with me talking about this, if y'all don't mind, go ahead and put in the comment section that you're here, so I know to do another one of these, because if you're not going to watch, I ain't going to do it.
To get tired, my hair is starting to get a bit sweaty, and I'm just getting tired, and I feel like I'm losing my mind at this process of going through everything. Like, there is so much on here. How does somebody have so many...
And some of y'all don't understand why I wear sunglasses sometimes. And let me go ahead and fill you in. It's because of my husband. My husband does not like anything that is big, bright, colorful, nothing like that. He likes plain Jane sunglasses. So when I can find cheap ones that are gaudy, I love buying them because it's just the little things in life that make me so happy.
Situations. I'm starting to have my mind just go a little bit crazy. I think I'm going to lose my mind by the end of this because I think we're only like halfway through. And I don't even know how. So I'm just going to say, guys, get some hydration in you.
He did all the work and all I'm doing is talking. So thank you, INabber.
Drink some water. I've gone from Peppy Max to Starbucks water. Well, one water, but I got it from Starbucks. God give me strength. And I'm not even religious.
And as you can tell, what I'm trying to do is just talk up to the point of where he is at. I'm not trying to tell anything current that's going on with Amberlynn.
Her name is Amber Reid. Now, this for me personally is another really obscure one, but another extremely funny one, and it actually weirdly connects to an adult movie star. I'm not gonna...
I was about to say, if he doesn't do the whole Amberlynn Reid trademark, if he don't do that one, I was going to do it. But if y'all still want me to, y'all let me know, because it sounds like he's going to go into it.
I'm gonna say what the actual word for those movies that this person stars in, not because I'm against it, but because YouTube will strike this video and say you are now age restricted. So not gonna do that. But basically, a adult movie star was getting really mad because people started tweeting about Amberlynn Reid at her because her name was Amberlynn. And weirdly enough, apparently, now I'm not 100% too accurate on this, but apparently the star got so mad that she decided to send a cease and desist to Amberlynn Reid to let her know that she can no longer use the name Amberlynn. I don't believe this, but according to Amberlynn...
Yes, that's what happened. There was a cease and desist, and Amberlynn came on and started crying because she could no longer use her name, Amberlynn Reid. And Amberlynn fell for this.
This is what she actually did.
But she has like a trademark on that name. And so people were doing hashtag Amberlynn on Twitter, which makes sense because they were talking about me. And this entertainer was seeing that. So she sent me a cease and assist or whatever it's called. Like, I've never had someone do that to me before, so it's been like overwhelming. So
everybody was in the comments going, it does not matter. Your name is Amberlynn Reid. Your name is Amberlynn. Nobody can take your name from you. And Amberlynn did not believe it.
I talked to her lawyer and I'm not allowed to use the name Amberlynn anymore, which is, it kind of hurts because it's like, that's one thing that's like yours. Like, people can't take your name away from you, you know? And you guys have always known me as Amberlynn. Everyone has known me as Amberlynn. Like, Amberlynn.
I just refuse to believe that this is a real thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, everything that's happened so far, I can somewhat believe. But this, I just, you can't sue somebody for having a name. Like...
But Amberlynn Reid did not understand that. Amberlynn Reid was Amberlynn, not Amber/Lynn. It's Amberlynn. And so people just kept putting Amberlynn like it was nothing.
Can you? Is that where we're going with it? I mean, it's America. It's a crazy place. And I guess I wouldn't be that shocked, but I just don't think I believe this. But yeah, apparently Amberlynn now goes by the name Amber because of the situation. But again,
no,
I don't believe this, but apparently it happened. Moving on. 8.
It lasted all about a day, and that's it, because nobody listened. Nobody on X, nobody on Insta, nobody anywhere listened to, we had to call her Amber Reid. Nobody listened.
Meth. Yeah, the time where Amberlynn Reid went through her Jesse Pinkman arc.
Have I ever done drugs, though? I ate meth one time.
She put that in writing as well.
Yeah, this is a really weird season of Breaking Bad, but moving on to Killed Destiny's Cat. This was... Look, I shouldn't...
There's a video on that one too. Gracie in the couch.
Laugh, because apparently a cat actually went missing in this, but Amberlynn was accused of deliberately, I guess, killing a cat of
No, letting the cat out.
her ex-girlfriend, and I'm just gonna play some clips from this.
Earlier, I was letting Leia out, the puppy. I had the door open, and I swear to God, a giant-ass spider hopped into the living room. I was like...
Let me just say, there's no proof that Amberlynn offed Gracie. Amberlynn let Gracie out is what everybody believes because of the reaction Amberlynn had when when Destiny reacted to the cat missing.
Oh my God, what do I do? And Leia was already outside. I didn't have a leash on her because we're trying to teach her how to stay near us without a leash so we don't have to worry about the leash. How am I gonna get Leia? But then how am I gonna get the big ass spider that just hopped in the living room? I didn't know what to do, so I ignored the spider for half of a second and I hurried and grabbed Leia, and then all of a sudden Gracie...
If he doesn't show you in the entire clip, go find that on my channel. There's way too many of these for me to link below because I'll forget every single one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will.
See my cat, well, Destiny's cat, but my cat now. She goes booking it outside. She got out for me because I caught her and catched her. We're thinking she wanted to do it in her next opportunity, and she did. We're thinking our friend Jessica didn't notice, but...
It was the roommate, Jessica, is who she was blaming.
Gracie ran away, and now we're gonna try to find her.
So yeah, basically the cat went missing, and people started speculating that Amberlynn did this on purpose, because I guess in the space of one day, the cat somehow escaped twice, and people are blaming Amberlynn for this. Now, for me personally, I think this is reaching. I don't think Amberlynn...
Absolutely not. You'll figure out how she got wasabi.
Reid deliberately tried to kill a cat, but it is a little bit weird that around 4 days after this, they then decided to buy another cat.
So, what are we doing?
We are here at PetSmart getting this kitten. He's going
I
potty.
sure hope so. I put
Again, or he's playing in his poop.
Now, with this video being uploaded 4 days after the cat actually went missing, I can't help but notice a reoccurring trend here of Amberlynn being a little bit suspicious or just in general badly treated.
I'll go ahead and ruin the video for you, okay? Let's see. Their apartment complex would only allow 2 pets, and they had the dog Leia, and then they had Gracie. Gracie comes up missing, and then guess what? They're back down to 1 pet, so she's able to go get wasabi.
Animals. Firstly, there was the whole accusation of Amberlynn allowing her dog to become obese, obese, and then there was the accusations of, in general, animal abuse, and now I found this clip of Amberlynn seemingly, I guess, not allowing the cat to escape, but just in general not being, I guess, a good owner and making sure that her cats don't escape. Twice in one day, it does just seem to be a bit of a reoccurring pattern. Now, I don't think Amberlynn did
We haven't even got to the cat with Emily now, have we? Or sorry, Tommy.
Deliberately allowed the cats to escape, but yeah, there does seem to be some pattern going on here involving Amberlynn and animals, and I just don't think that it is wise for her to be somebody looking after her pets. Wipegate. Now, I couldn't really find anything to do with this, but basically there's a few people...
Oh, there's plenty to do with it now.
Are redditing suggesting that Becky had to, I guess, wipe Amberlynn's ass when Amberlynn went to the toilet, and
Yes.
I can't find any evidence of this other than a few.
It is on one of the live streams. Beck whispered it in Amberlynn's ear, and everybody heard it.
Reddit comments here and there about this involving Amberlynn. It's a bit gross, but to be honest with you guys, I don't even personally wipe, so I don't think it's that bad.
I beg your pardon?
Now, I do just want to bring attention to the fact that I am aware that we are going through this iceberg very slowly, and I am looking at my research document right now, and it does seem that we are getting to some bits where we can actually speedrun, so
Okay, let's go.
turn on the music. Foster homes. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. This is Amberlynn Reid in the past stating the fact that she has been in foster care here and there. Not completely throughout her
And she guilt trips Mama Lynn all the time. She did back then, she does now.
life, but you know, she's been in foster care quite a lot. Casey's reply to range drop and pedal eavesdrop. Now, this part is just a repeat of earlier, so we don't really need to go anywhere in depth with this, so moving on.
I went into more depth whenever it came down to it, so go find it on my channel.
Now, the next part is a little bit mean. It is BMI over IQ. Now, this is basically a meme stating that Amberlynn's BMI is now larger than her IQ. Jeez.
I forgot what she said her IQ level is, but goodness gracious, there ain't no way.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
really.
are we really doing this?
Yes.
Dead naming Casey. Again, we've
Yep.
covered this in the previous part. This is a rather disgusting thing that Amberlynn has done, but I have kind of covered this, so I don't really think that we need to necessarily go into the specifics here. It's just something pretty tragic that Amberlynn did, and something which I think we can all, you know, collectively denounce.
Yeah, and Amberlynn refuses to say he instead of she.
Rosa Parks. What? Well, I mean, I guess at least Amberlynn was on the right side of history?
I would go to the past and I would be on the bus and I would stick up for Rosa Parks.
Good for you, Amberlynn. I'm so...
And she has no idea what she's talking about. She heard it said somewhere and she's like, yep, that sounds like a good thing to say.
So incredibly proud of you. You're on the right side of history. Well done. Inauthentic orange chicken. Now, this is basically in reference to the fact that Amberlynn does love a little bit of chicken. She likes the chicken from, I guess, some form of fast food restaurant, which is...
Yeah, I done said this in the beginning. Cheesecake Factory.
inauthentic and certainly orange. I guess this is something which I don't really care about because I've got actually nothing to say about this part. Moving on. Now this is the final bit, the final part until we are at the very bottom of the iceberg, and this is Aunt Tammy. This is basically...
Ooh, that's a big situation right now. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Basically, I believe when family first started to get involved in the Amberlynn verse. Basically, Aunt Tammy is actually Amberlynn's biological aunt who has recently, well not recently, but come out multiple times exposing Amberlynn for lying about a bunch of stuff, and I'm not really going to go
See, there's a reason to be watching this. There absolutely is now.
into specifics here because I said I want to keep it brief and quick, but to me personally, it is a very good character summary of Amberlynn that even family members are now willing to come out and expose Amberlynn
And willing to sue Amberlynn and for the reason why she is off of the internet.
for all of her lies. I mean, there were even exposed photos of Amberlynn and her aunt arguing all the way back in 2011 on Facebook.
Yeah, but Amberlynn also keeps every single old phone that she has so that she can have blackmail for when it comes to anybody who crosses her in life.
Where Tammy was calling out, I guess, Amberlynn's bullshit. I mean, this shit just goes so unbelievably deep. But ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We have finally gotten to the bottom of the iceberg.
Okay.
Now below this bit is the abyss, the truly messed up things of the Amberlynn verse, and we will get into that, but we do need to cover the very bottom of the iceberg, and I'm now gonna have a little nap because this video has been going on for very long.
Yeah, this video is longer than what I normally like to do, but dadgummit, whenever I get on a roll talking about Amberlynn, I'm on a roll.
And I need some sleep. So, yeah. Be right back. Hello. It's another day.
And you're never refreshed enough to talk about Amberlynn Reid. I'm telling you that.
For me personally, it's another day. For you, it's like a second. It's been a few days for me, actually, and I've had time to recuperate my thoughts. I've had time to just really just kind of have some form of therapy after what I've just gone through for the last hour in this video. But now we're going to go into the final parts of this. We're going to delve into the abyss, I guess. And honestly, I am just...
And I gotta hurry up, because I gotta go get my kid.
So absolutely done, and I've only just started recording this segment. So without further ado, let's get into it. First off, we start with legs weeping. Now, to be honest with you, I actually don't really know what this references to. The only thing I can kind of...
Lapidema, lipidema.
I guess find to do with the legs weeping bit is that it's something possibly to do with Amber having swollen legs. To be honest with you, I don't really think this is a significant thing, and yeah.
Amberlynn makes it a significant thing because she's always suffering with it, and she always knows when she's about to come down with it. So she contacts her online doctor and says, hey, I need medication. And she's so used to having it, her doctors are so used to her having it, they're just like, here.
Yeah, moving on to the next bit. Dad in jail. Now, there has been a lot of speculation about the good old Amberlynn Reid family because a lot of people have been doing some digging and they've been finding some suspicious, sussy-wussy things about
You don't have to dig. Amberlynn's talked about her family almost the entire time she's been on YouTube.
Amberlynn Reid's family with her mother, and some people also speculating about her father going to jail. And now if this is the case, if Amberlynn's dad has gone to jail, that doesn't necessarily make him a bad person. A lot of people out there go to jail for doing some
No, Amberlynn makes him a bad person.
silly things which they regret, but it doesn't make them a bad person. But maybe he went to jail for some bad things. Personally, I don't know if this is true, but it's just on the Amberlynn Reid iceberg, and as I said, I'm gonna go through all of this, sadly. Jade is wifey. Now, Jade is
wifey. Jade's already came out as wifey, but we're not supposed to call her Jade, we're supposed to call her wifey.
Apparently, I guess the new girlfriend of Amberlynn after the whole wifey scenario, and basically it just goes back to the speculation I spoke about earlier.
They're the same person.
With Amberlynn's new girlfriend, which I guess is Jade, and apparently Jade's favourite film is Willy Wonka, just like wifeys, and, you know, it's a big convoluted mess, and I'm just kind of thinking, did I really spend £9,000 a year to get a degree that has resulted in this being my career? Yes, I did, and I'm bloody grateful.
My career is horses, so I'm in here putting all this stuff on my face just for them to go out there and make me sweat it off.
For it, because I think I'd die if I did a 9 to 5. But yeah, this is just a little bit confusing, and I'm going a little bit off topic, but we should just get on to the next bit, which is rotten tooth. Now, this bit is pretty simple. Amberlynn had a tooth, and guess what? It was rotten.
Yes.
So, while we're here, and
now look at this. This is older when she was with Beck. That's when she had this rotten tooth. She's recently had another rotten tooth that she had to get pulled out. And the only reason why I'm saying recently is because Amberlynn says she's only had one rotten tooth, which is a lie.
I'm thinking about it. I forgot to show you my wisdom tooth that was bothering me for years and years and years. So if you don't want to get grossed out, I would fast forward it a little bit. Someone reminded me.
Yeah, I honestly don't care about this, and nobody really needs to see this shit, so moving on to the next bit, which is wrong shoes. Now, this is widely speculated.
The only shoes that Amberlynn wears is flats. She can't keep up with tennis shoes, which I don't think she really ever had any, but every time she wears flats, she says it's the wrong shoe, then buy something else, Amberlynn.
Circulated rumor amongst the Amberlynn verse. Basically, a lot of people have noticed that throughout a lot of Amberlynn's videos, when she is, I guess, going around in an electric scooter, people have started to point out that every single time she's in these scooters, Amberlynn likes to point out that she's wearing the wrong shoes, and because of that, her feet are now hurting. Amberlynn's little feety weeties, her
and you can't forget her heel spur either.
little toesy woesies are aching a little bit, so she has to drive around in drive around in a mobility scooter.
So we've had a long day. I'm wearing the wrong shoes.
Flats. See? Flats. Always flats.
And my feet hurt, and so do hers, so. My heel spur hurts right now. Whew. I'm wearing the wrong shoes, fellas. Oh, and if you guys are new to my channel and wondering why I use this, it's because it's 2 a.m. Destiny just does it because, like, I feel stupid doing it, but I really do it because of my heel spur.
And I guess people's whole argument here is Amberlynn is embarrassed by this whole thing of her being in a mobility scooter.
She's not embarrassed. If she was embarrassed, she wouldn't do it. She would still walk around. She always said that the Walmart that they had a whole lot of them, and everybody uses them, so why can't Amberlynn and Destiny?
Personally, I don't really see why you'd be embarrassed by that, because in my dream world, we all get mobility scooters and we don't have to walk anywhere. It sounds absolutely glorious, and Amberlynn, you could be at the forefront of that movement. Now, if there's one thing I've noticed about this iceberg, is the surprising lack of dramatic and serious events amongst this iceberg. To me personally,
there's too many things to mention. I had to do this because I'm like, you know what? I can think of this, and I was overwhelming myself.
It does just seem to be more memey, fun, quirky things amongst the whole iceberg. Like, yeah, there are a few things on this, like the whole rumor of her lying about cancer, for example. That's a pretty serious accusation. That's a little bit edgy. And it's
now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying she didn't have it or she did have it. I'm not saying either of those. I'm saying that's open to your opinion. Me, I think she had it.
some other edgy things on there, but for the most part, a lot of it is a lot of fun, quirky things, and that's kind of taken me by surprise. It's kind of restored my faith, I guess, in Amberlynn Reid. Well, no, it hasn't, but I'm just kind of glad that there are some funny things on here. Funny things like the next one. Cocoa Puffs aggression?
That was filmed in Eric's vlog, and Amberlynn didn't know it was happening, so we got to see the real, uncut version of herself.
Because Amberlynn, like me, I'm a big defender of my food. Amberlynn, like me, loves the munchies. She loves the food, and not in a mean way. She just gets a little bit defensive when people are eating the food that she likes to consume, and I can understand that because I like my food too. Is this going on for a bit long?
Yes.
Maybe.
This is Eric, the roommate, filming, and Eric had to take this down.
Why did you guys?
Huh?
Beck later defended this, saying that they were supposed to be on a diet together. That's how Beck defended it.
Now, personally, I can understand where Amberlynn was coming from in this clip. If somebody is to eat my cereal, I will get a little bit fucking angry, because that's my cereal. Please leave it alone.
Every single bit of food in any single house that Amberlynn lives in, Amberlynn thinks is her food, no matter if it is or not. She would sometimes eat Eric and Ricky's.
But yeah, judging from this clip, judging from this little angry moment, Amberlynn Reid, like Kenji, has food aggression. But also, I think we should have a little segment with Kenji, because I feel like we've gone through a lot today. So this has been a journey, and I feel like we need a little Shiba Inu to calm everything down and be like, you know what, this is alright. We're gonna get through this. We're almost.
I would take y'all outside to my horses, but you know what? They're down in the back, and it's too dark outside right now to see them anyway, so y'all can look at his puppy.
Almost there. Let's continue. Destiny has FAS, which is fetal out. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna go over this. There is no.
Don't go over it, but just don't.
I guess actual situation regarding this, and this is mere speculation over an extremely serious thing, and I do not want to delve down that. Now, maybe if there was a bigger scenario involving this, I would speak about it if Amberlynn spoke about it or something like that, but it...
No, Amberlynn never spoke about it, because people always say that, you know, there's something wrong with Destiny, and I don't get myself involved in that.
It does just seem that this is mere speculation amongst forums, and I'm not going to go into that because, to be honest with you, I just don't feel comfortable with that. Hoarder. Now, this is basically, a lot of people have been concerned over...
I've already told you about the journals.
...over the fact that Amberlynn may be a hoarder, and
she is. Look at her clothing.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, a little bit serious here. I myself am a pretty bad hoarder. It's something which I've always done, and it is actually quite frustrating. Like, I don't know why I do this, but like, it just happens, and it is frustrating, and I can relate to it, and I know...
I'm a hoarder whenever it comes to my kids' stuff that they've outgrown and things like that. I'm like, no, I don't want to get rid of it because it has memories.
This can be considered a quite serious thing, and I'm not exactly speculating over it, but I am just gonna speak about this briefly, mainly because Amberlynn has actually spoken about this.
You're a hoarder, you're a conspicuous consumer.
How's she a hoarder?
I get rid of stuff like there's no tomorrow.
Yes, she does do that. She will get a lot of stuff and keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and then all of a sudden you'll see a big trip to Goodwill or somewhere like that.
Have a shopping addiction for certain items.
Journals!
But I'm not a hoarder. Look up the you know what? I'm gonna look up the definition of hoarding right now. Hoarding, definition. Let's see. A large board, huh?
Okay.
A billboard? That's not.
Amberlynn knows exactly what a hoarder is, but this is how Amberlynn reacts.
Not the right thing. Okay.
It probably means more than one thing, so.
Okay. Hoarding is a disorder. It's a persistent difficulty of discarding or parting with possessions because of a perceived need to save them. A person with hoarding disorder experiences distress at the thought of getting rid of items. The complete opposite of Amber.
Okay, let's talk about your old cell phones. Let's talk about those and how many of those you have. You say you never get rid of one of them.
Reid.
Now, this is weirdly a very big thing, which I've seen discussed amongst a lot of people. Even Nikocado Avocado has, I guess, referenced Amberlynn's apparent hoarding problem. And to be honest with you, I don't really get why that's a problem. If it's getting to a point of where, you know, it's affecting others, maybe I can get it. But as far as I've seen, I can't really find anything to even suggest that. But, you know, it's on the iceberg. And the iceberg is something we need to worship and appreciate.
Yeah, we all know about her hoarding and her tendencies. We all know about that. You can continue.
Moving on, pronunciation issues due to education. Now this does refer to a thing that we were speaking about earlier with Amberlynn Reid's pronunciation of the English language not exactly being up to a very good standard. And this is kind of suggesting that this is because of, I guess, some education issues of Amberlynn possibly not having education, leading to her pronunciations not exactly being too good, but
it's kind of like Amberlynn saying, hey, I went to college, and everybody thinking she actually went to college, but she didn't. She only went for about a semester or two, and then she quit.
to be honest with you, I have an honours degree and I can barely speak the English language, so I don't exactly think that this is an education issue. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally made it to the abyss.
I am so sorry for how long this video is, guys. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but goodness gracious, we're here, so we're gonna finish.
This is the segment of where things start to get a little bit nutty, a little bit spooky,
a little bit sus,
and most likely honest.
A lot of bullshit. There's a lot of things on here which just seemingly aren't true, and I'm not even trying to say that to be rude. It's just some things on it. Like, started off with highest weight of 607 lb. Like I mentioned earlier, there's this trend throughout this iceberg of mentioning Amberlynn's weight, but to be honest with you, I have done the research, and there is nothing to suggest that Amberlynn Reid has been at 707 pounds.
No, okay, 607 pounds, but the thing is whenever, in 2019, when she did not weigh herself, everybody could look at how much weight she was gaining. She would stand up, and you could tell she could barely stand. Her legs could not support the weight of her body. So, therefore, we all assumed, it's all assumptions here, that she was over 600 pounds.
And maybe she has been, but for one, I can't see anything to even suggest that. And two, is that really that much of an issue to be all the way down at the abyss? Like, surely that's like a high up thing, like Amberlynn.
Yes, because of the simple fact of whenever she gains a whole lot of weight, she won't get on the scale. She refuses to get on the scale. For us, she may know that she's a certain weight, and then she'll say, oh no, I can't weigh in yet. Oh, I'll weigh in on this day. You know, I got to lose a little bit of weight. She'll have an excuse to not get on that scale and show us, even though we believe she's over 600 pounds.
Amberlynn Reid and her dietary thing, weight stuff, that's quite a known thing. This part shouldn't be in the abyss. This is wrong. I'm sorry, I'm disrespecting the ice.
I forget to turn on my camera after I get something to drink, okay? It happens all the time. We're used to it over here.
I need to apologise. Heel spur. Now, this is the part of the Amberlynn lore where I'm kind of sat here thinking, really? Like, is this really a thing? Like,
yes.
Do we care about this? And
yes.
Yeah, apparently we do, because you know, a lot of people have been speculating over Amberlynn's heel spur, because Amberlynn has said in multiple videos that she has a heel spur, which is some form of...
She uses it as an excuse to not walk. Just like she uses it as an excuse whenever her leg was a dangling, she couldn't walk. Amberlynn has to have an excuse for the reason why she's not getting up and moving. Even though she had a Fitbit, it never calculated the right steps because she didn't have it calculated correctly.
Thing to do with pain in your ankle or heel, I guess.
Okay, so my heel spur hurts really bad today. I'm like limping, literally.
Look at that booty.
For some reason, my left foot has been getting kind of swollen in the last like week, and that's the same foot with my heel spur. But for some reason, I don't know what happened, how it happened. I hurt my heel spur even worse.
Now,
but see, she never showed us that she was going to the doctor to do anything about it. No, that would be too impossible for her.
From what I understand, the reason some people bring this up is mainly to do with the whole electric buggy thing of, this is just another excuse for Amberlynn to use an electric buggy. But I don't understand that, because guys, electric buggies are cool. I want one. Can somebody give me one for free?
Don't defend her use of those. Absolutely don't. She needs to get up and walk, and she needs to do something.
I will shill the shit out of an electric buggy company if they give me one for free. Please. Seriously.
There's a difference in needing one and just doing it just because you're lazy. Big difference.
Please. Christy has FAL. Guys, I said it. I'm not going to speculate over serious things like this, no matter how annoying you may find the person to be. I'm not doing it. Gaslighting Alzheimer patients. Now, I really couldn't find anything to do with this. Like, Amberlynn Reid does have a history of being a PCA worker, but to be honest with you, I've done the research as my prime researcher, Luce, and we really couldn't find anything to do with this.
She had no business working that job. She didn't respect anybody there, those patients or anything. She said that there was one patient that just absolutely fell in love with her, but I don't believe it.
Other than a mild discussion of this on Reddit, where even people there have said that this part was exaggerated and is more part to do with her allegedly lying to patients, but even that is just mere speculation. So to be honest with you, I think we're just gonna have to move on. Pooping on Eric's floor. Now, I don't exactly understand this one.
We should be saying Eric and Ricky's washcloths.
Because to be honest with you guys, I do this shit all the time. That wasn't a pun. But no, basically, this was a rumour set up from a subreddit, and it was a deliberate rumour. It was obviously fake, and there was even a glorious fake image created, which genuinely looks really real. Like, I'm looking at this right now, and if I saw this without any context, I'd think, oh my god,
Y'all remember when everybody was accusing her of the waffle stomping, and she was like, ew, that's gross, I would never do it. So she wouldn't do that, but she would use a washcloth?
Reid has done a big stinky poop on the floor, and to be honest, that's completely fine, because it's not real, guys. It's a fake rumour. I don't poo on the floor, I promise. I promise. Seriously, guys, I don't poo on the floor. Bleeding for a year. Now, again, this is a very personal thing, and to be honest with you, I don't really know why this...
It has to do with her having the C word and her never going to the OBGYN or going to the doctor. She would ask everybody else, you know, well, do you ever have this problem? And even when people suggested that she go and get checked out, she wouldn't do it.
Is in the iceberg. This is just something Amberlynn has spoken about in videos to do with her cancer, saying that she bled every day for a year during the whole process of having cancer. And to be honest with you, I think this is a very believable thing. Whilst I don't really know the symptoms of some forms of cancer, I can definitely see this being one of them, and yeah,
It's more of the fact that she would not go and get checked out. It was more of the whole thing beyond that.
I don't really have anything more to say than that is a very tragic thing, and I'm glad that Amberlynn has healed and gotten through this.
We are all glad that Amberlynn is healthy and healthy in a certain mind.
Eric Vlogs. Now, I think this is just a reference to a character in the Amberlynn verse, somebody called Eric Vlogs, so I guess this was just a little bit of a spelling mistake, but who knows?
No, Amberlynn and Beck lived with Eric and Ricky, and Amberlynn got Eric to start vlogging. And Eric would vlog his life and also appearances of Amberlynn Reid. Now, the views that he got went through the roof for the appearances of Amberlynn and getting her in the off moments, just like Coco Gate.
I could be perfectly wrong here. If I am, be sure to correct me in the comment section.
Nope, I corrected you here. You're good to go.
Because I'm sure a lot of you will do that throughout this entire video, because I've probably got quite a few things wrong. But, you know, I'm not perfect.
Neither am I.
I'm not. Not a lesbian. Look, based on the romantic history we've gone through of Amberlynn Reid throughout this video, if she turned out to not be a lesbian, that would be a plot twist of the century, and this is something, I guess,
Amberlynn likes to let on that everybody hits on her. It doesn't matter if they're gay or straight. Everybody hits on Amberlynn because Amberlynn is so attractive to everybody that comes across her.
A lot of people are speculating over, but to be honest with you, no, that I don't think that's true, and yeah. Moving on, movie theater.
We're not going to get into the conversation of Polly. We're not going to get into that.
Movie theater, HJ. And because of the YouTube monetization system, I'm just going to allow you to work out what HJ actually means. Please do not go to the comment section and comment what you think it means, because actually no. Go to the comment section and comment what
Yes, that's an Amberlynn Reid story.
you don't think it is. Just something which is completely incorrect and put it in the
Do not put it down there. I don't care. Do not.
comment section. Thank you. But yes.
I don't get to all of my comments in one day. Sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 days. Because like I said, I have horses and that's what I do with my days. And my kids and my husband. And okay, I have a life.
This references to a time Amberlynn spoke about some adult activities that she got up to in a movie theater.
What has been your most public sexual experience?
I hate when she answers questions like this because I really just don't want to know. I don't like it in the vlogs. I don't like it anywhere.
I had relations in a movie theater in high school with a boyfriend, and it was a crowded movie theater, and that's all you need to know.
I did not need to know this.
No one did, but you put it in your video.
Moving on. Now we are into the deeper part of the abyss. This is where things start to get a little bit strange. I mean, I said that before, but it gets stranger, it gets weirder, it gets spookier, and it starts off...
Okay, come on, let's go. We're ready to get into this.
with good old undiagnosed diabetes. Don't you just love the internet? Now this is basically something a lot of people in the Amberlynn verse have been speculating over whether Amberlynn has...
And you gotta include her Dark Knuckles, you know, whenever she did the one video where she put concealer all over them because people said she had to be concealing it one way or another, but she's gone above and beyond to show us that she is not diabetic.
diabetes, and I'm not going to speculate over that because I'm not a doctor, and the only reason I'm even mentioning this is because Amberlynn herself has actually addressed this, therefore putting it into the Amberlynn timeline of where she basically just flat out denied that she has diabetes.
You're diabetic. No.
And that's basically it. She doesn't have diabetes, according to her, and I'm not going to speculate, and neither are you.
Oh, whatever. Because whenever it comes to Amberverse, we speculate on anything we want to speculate on.
Of the name Rarity. Now guys, I feel like we're kind of taking out some shit and throwing it at the wall at this point, because this is not an abyss type thing that should be on an iceberg list. This is basically Amberlynn giving the reason she gave the name to her cat. Why is this so low down? I don't understand.
Because of where the name came from, it's not an original one.
Oh my gosh, I wish I would have named Jax Midnight instead. And Rarity Gray was pretty easy. I've always loved the name Rarity. Rarity has been my favorite name for
If you've been tuned in here recently, you understand.
so many years.
Okay. Great. I guess. Destiny's 21st birthday. Now, this references a photo shoot that Amberlynn and Destiny had, which I guess became a meme, and I can kind of see why.
And I think we're forgetting about the graveyard.
There's nothing really, anything of relevance here, but, you know, I guess it goes into the iceberg. Rejected TLC. Now, this is one I definitely have heard of, and to be honest with you, Amberlynn appearing on TLC would not shock me. She's somebody that clearly loves money, so I wouldn't be surprised to see her on
She said that she turned them down because she had to over the shower scene.
TLC, but apparently she decided to not do anything to do with TLC.
There has been quite a few rumors about me, but some just need to be like said. Like some really do. Gotta be honest, if I was 600 pounds, I would not apply to be on that show. I wouldn't apply to be on any TV show because like, no.
She has said she would go on a TV show if it got her weight loss surgery, but then again, we all know she would fail.
Well, thank you. Like it did go through my mind at one point to apply for The Biggest Loser, but it's just not my thing. I don't think I would last in a TV show. I don't think I'd be
She was with Destiny at this point. She hadn't even got to Beck yet.
good for it.
I do feel like this is one of the more surprising parts of this, because on a serious note, based on everything I've seen, based on Amberlynn's history with diet culture and exploiting it for money and monetization, I'm quite surprised that she doesn't want to do something like TLC, because she would get paid a big old stinking bag, and I'm quite surprised that she wouldn't want.
And she already has the following, and she knows everybody would be watching, so therefore she would get all kinds of ratings on it.
That bag. I mean, maybe in the future she will, because, you know, as the internet does, it forgets about people and eventually they stop making
Oh, we haven't forgot about Amberlynn Reid.
money because nobody actually cares anymore. We've seen it with The Onion
Her channel has gone a way downhill.
Man, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it with Amberlynn Reid. So if she appears on TLC, just say that your boy predicted it. Wifey who? Now, this is just a reference to a community post that Amberlynn made when she took a selfie with Destiny, who had just publicly broken up with her ex. Again, I don't really care. Moving on. Size 6XL. This is a clothing size. Amberlynn has wore this clothing size. Moving on. I said moving.
No, it's because she says that she wears something smaller. She would order smaller pieces, just squeeze herself into it, and then she'd say, oh, all I need to do is lose weight. And there ain't no way she would lose weight to get in her size 4XL.
Moving on quite a lot on this, haven't I? Can we get a counter? Can someone... No, actually, I'm not going to make my head a jacket. You don't need to do that. Moving on. Doesn't have BED. Now, this is a reference to a lot of people, I guess,
One moment she has BED, and then she realizes if she has BED, then she can't get weight loss surgery, so therefore she doesn't have BED, but she's been diagnosed with BED. However, she hasn't been diagnosed by a doctor. She's been diagnosed by a counselor, and then, you know, it wasn't true that she... It's just... Oh, goodness.
Speculating over that Amberlynn doesn't have a diagnosis to do with her eating habits, and I'm not going to speculate, and I need to even stop saying that I'm not going to speculate, because obviously I'm not going to speculate, but Amberlynn has actually addressed this and actually stated that, I mean, she does have some form of a diagnosis to do with her eating habits.
So obviously I talked to my counselor about...
See, she talks to her counselor, she talks to her psychiatrist, but she never talked to a doctor, and every time it benefits her to have BED, she has it. If it doesn't benefit her to have BED, she doesn't have it.
My eating habits and such, and he straight up told me the words binge eating disorder, and we talked more about that. And so when he told me, oh yeah, binge eating disorder, da 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 da, I was like, holy shit, like I've been right this whole time. That's exactly what's going on with me, because at nighttime I eat I'm talking about large quantities of food, and I feel out of control.
Now maybe
sometimes that wasn't even a binge, that was just her naturally doing it. It's just something she does out of habit.
It's not an official diagnosis. I don't really know. I don't really care. As long as she's getting help with that, that's absolutely great. But, you know, I kind of doubt that she's getting help with it because it's Amberlynn Reid and she knows her way is a big thing to make money on the internet. But yes, now we move on to Ruined Pride Vacation. Has Amberlynn Reid upset the gays?
I have done a video on that entire vacation.
I don't think so, actually. I think it's more that she was a gay, upset herself, and understandably so, because what I'm about to show is actually quite disturbing, and this is one point where I actually will not get mad at Amberlynn whatsoever. It's actually quite disturbing to see this.
I feel like I've had a way better time than I even anticipated. We ended up not going to Pride though today. We were gonna go, but
and it upset Beck. But nobody focused on the whole, or she didn't focus on the whole Beck thing. Absolutely not.
Eric and Ricky ended up going way before us. Protesters were screaming with and to, you know, obviously the people attending Pride.
I got downtown.
Sorry, I was what they were saying.
We're at Pride. Oh my God, look at all these people.
But Beck's excitement meant absolutely nothing to anyone.
And look what's going on. Yeah, look at all this hate that's over here.
Amberlynn gets hate every single day. She should be used to it.
So I think we're just gonna find a spot.
It's genuinely crazy to me that these people exist in 2021 when this happened, I believe, or 2020. People will be like, but my free speech, man!
It was more the idea of Amberlynn just wanted to go shopping the entire time. She didn't want to do anything that had to do with why she was there.
Don't care. You're a freak. You're a weirdo. If you're going to a Pride festival to protest, oh my God, my brother in Christ, please just get laid. Because I don't think you can complain about
I am not giving my thoughts on anything besides Amberlynn Reid.
Gay person's sexuality when you yourself in a heterosexual sexuality where there are quite a lot of heterosexual people on the planet, you're not getting laid, so you're now taking that anger out on the gays. And why? Just go get laid.
Now can we move on?
My friend, it's not that difficult. Actually, it probably is for you. No, it's actually impossible for you. So maybe just take your anger out on video games. I don't know. It's just disappointing that this exists, and it's disappointing that Amberlynn Reid had to
Okay, come on, because you're not getting to the point of the reason why Amberlynn Reid got herself in trouble.
to deal with that, regardless of my opinions on her. Lonely mans. Yeah, so apparently Amberlynn at a point of time had a lonely mans. She doesn't have it anymore, but oh, I would pay for that shit. I would pay. And there's also a thing to do with her having the name of an adult movie star, which we have spoken about before, yes. And it is being repeated in this iceberg. And I definitely didn't just say that thing about the lonely mans. I did not say that.
That is a running joke with everybody, because some people think that she has one.
Lemon juice. It's bloody lovely. Now, I needed some of that lemon juice because the next bit we're moving on to is probably one of the worst things on this list. This is the bit of where Amberlynn Reid, basically, in a certain situation, messaged Becky's dying mother. Now, you may be wondering...
Ooh, that was a big, huge thing, because Amberlynn didn't message, she downed Beck's mother.
What did she message to Becky's dying mother? Well, there is some leaked audio messages of Amberlynn, and I'm just going to play them to you now. And as you can imagine, they're absolutely horrible.
I'm tired of not being appreciated when I try to help you the best that I can.
So Amberlynn and Beck did this video, okay? For y'all that don't know, they did this video talking about how Beck's mom had the C word. And how all the ad and any kind of donations that they got off of that video would go straight to Beck's mom. The problem is you're not allowed to do that on YouTube. You can't say, watch the ads for this reason. You cannot do that. So she had to take down her video. And all the proceeds she was going to give to Beck's mom, but she couldn't make anything off that. So people say.
And it's just frustrating. This whole situation is
Amberlynn
super frustrating.
talking to Becky's mom,
and I
right after she had her surgery. I'm going to put it out there how Amberlynn really treated Becky's mom. Don't let her fool everyone, please.
Nope. Amberlynn fools absolutely no one.
I am not trying to argue with you. That is the last thing I want to do since you just got out of surgery. I don't want to cause any more stress onto you, onto Becky, onto...
But Amberlynn would not let Beck go see her own... Amberlynn would not let Beck go and see their mother while all of this was going on. Amberlynn had her own ways of dealing with this.
Anyone in your family, onto myself, because that's just not going to fix anything. I am just tired of the added drama onto my YouTube, and I'm tired of not being appreciated when I try to help you the best that I can.
See, that's the whole try to help. I'm going to give you money. Money, because Amberlynn thinks she can buy everybody.
And it's just frustrating. This whole situation is super frustrating. And I finally just kind of wanted to speak upon the situation.
If y'all have been sitting through this entire thing, oh my goodness gracious, I appreciate you more than you know. I mean, words cannot form sentences.
So she wanted to speak on a situation that became about her when Norma had just got out of surgery. I will release more.
When we were Facebook friends, I have left comments on your Facebook regarding your cancer.
Amberlynn wanted all kinds of privilege and grace whenever it came to it. Amberlynn was supposed to be the focus of the attention and not Beck's mom.
I've asked how you're doing. I have been there in that sense.
And you would not let Beck anywhere around their mother.
And, you know, we don't have to really go down the line of, oh, you didn't message me, because I can say the same about you, where not once have you thanked me personally for the money I was going to give you.
I was going to give you, not the money I gave you, the money I was going to.
The video I made.
You heard
for
that.
The backlash
And I just told you about the video.
Getting for sticking up for you. Not once did you say sorry for any of the things that you have brought to my channel that is in a negative light.
So for the context here, basically Amberlynn sent these voice messages shortly after Becky's mother had some pretty serious surgery, and I think this is a great character summarization of Amberlynn. She is so ego-driven.
Nobody was surprised. Absolutely nobody was surprised when these came out. We all said, yep, that's Amberlynn.
And so unbelievably childish that she thought it would be a good idea to send somebody an audio message just after they had surgery saying, I just don't think you appreciate me enough. Amberlynn, what's there to appreciate? Like, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but...
The only thing Amberlynn had going on for herself was her YouTube channel. That's the only thing Amberlynn has going on now. And people are paying memberships even though she's not posting.
You don't seem to be like the nicest of a person, especially based on that alone, but... I personally don't see much to appreciate here. This was a very big controversy, and I believe...
It's money. That's the only appreciation, because she will pay people's rent and be like, yeah, I did that. That was all me.
I believe I have actually spoken about this before, and it's just a little bit mad. Like, I don't understand how anyone, even if they think they're right in this situation, even if they have some justifiable reasons to say these things, would think that it's a good idea to send that after somebody has surgery. Like,
Amberlynn should know everything that she says and does is going to make it to the internet. And I think she knows that. I really do. I think she knows that, but she just really doesn't care because it's just more attention to her.
That's insane. Undiagnosed hypomania. Now, there is literally nothing about this on the internet. I genuinely couldn't find a single splice of information. So, yeah. But moving on to the next two, these are two things which I actually couldn't find any evidence of. One of them is filming residents of a retirement home and filmed a woman giving birth. These are...
Okay, so what she did was there was a resident that was taking a shower or in the bathroom, and Amberlynn was in the same room with them, filming as this person is right over here. And more than once, you can hear her in the residence home filming while people are talking to her. And she's being extra nice when she's talking back to them.
Two things on here that I couldn't exactly find anything to do with. I think there was a few minor discussions here and there on Reddit, but other than that, there wasn't really anything to support these allegations, support this part of the iceberg. But then there was also a bit how Christy's parents hired Amber, and with this, again, there is no...
Who's Christy? You mean Crystal? You mean Crystal?
Evidence really for anything here, and then we even move on to the next bit, which is 8XL, and again there is nothing here to suggest that Amberlynn had wore 8XL clothing.
Some people think that she got over 600 pounds, so that's where that came from.
And even if she had, that wouldn't be an issue, but I'm just kind of confused to why there aren't...
It would be an issue because she lies about everything. She can't just be honest.
Now multiple things on here where there just really isn't any evidence of, or really any discussion about it in general. Like even the 8XL thing, like there really wasn't much that I found, and I'm just kind of thinking, why is this here? I feel like my time is being wasted.
No.
But ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, because we finally made it to the abyss, the bottom.
Are we done? Or are we still got more to go? Because I don't know when to say bye.
Of the abyss.
See, he's got an editor. I don't. I can't afford one.
This is the area of Amberlynn Reid's, I guess, multiverse of where things start to just get a little bit kooky, a little bit crazy, even slightly quirky. And that moves us on to the first thing being apathetic facts is wifey.
Apathetic facts.
Now this is a reference to a YouTube channel called Apathetic Facts. Now this channel...
Apathetic Facts.
...has been around for quite a while, and it is
a long time, and there's been people speculating for a long time on who it is, and Amberlynn has struck this channel too, trying to get it taken down.
...completely and utterly dedicated to exposing Amberlynn Reid and all of her actions, and just in general, poking a bit of fun here and there. And there is a theory going round that this account is actually wifey. Dun, dun, dun. Obviously, it's not true.
It's not.
There's not really any evidence to suggest this, other than a few, I guess, people discussing it in a few forums. But yeah, it's
how wifey became part of Amberlynn's life was started out as a whole lie, anyways.
It's a fun little theory, a little Shane Dawson theory, but there's nothing here. I wish there was, because that would actually be a massive plot twist in the Amberverse multiverse. But yeah. Highest weight of 650 pounds. Again, this is just...
I don't think she's been that big, but I do believe she's been over 600.
More mere speculation about how Amberlynn has lied about her weight, and she actually has been much heavier than she's actually allowed people to know. But again...
Y'all remember, she would use broken scale and say, I didn't even know it was broken. She knew it was broke.
And if that was the case, I really wouldn't care. I honestly wouldn't. But, you know... The internet's got our internet. Now the next one is one of the most biggest and debated things throughout the entire Amberverse. This is something which in the last year has really been discussed quite a lot. And to me personally, this is actually an incredibly insensitive thing. This is the allegation of Amberlynn faking her cancer. Now,
we've already gone through that. I've already spoke on it.
In my opinion, I have not seen anything to actually prove that this is something that has happened. A lot of people have been speculating about this, a lot of people have been discussing this, and it's even led, as I mentioned earlier,
like I said, you can have your own opinion on that.
In this video, to Amberlynn coming out in a YouTube video with actual documents proving that she had cancer, and that even led to people speculating over if those documents were fake. And I have discussed this before, but
Beck said they're real, so I believe they're real.
But Jesus Christ, like, I just don't get it. Like, this is so unbelievably insane. This allegation is so mad. And I guess it does summarize Amberlynn's character. Like, for one, I don't...
You have the choice to believe what you want to believe and put whatever you want in your video, and I ain't gonna say nothing.
I think she deserves this allegation, but it does summarize how nobody trusts her on the internet. Because
Exactly.
of all the things that she has been through, all of the dramatic scenarios, all of the things she's been exposed for, people do not trust her to the point of believing her over her cancer. That is absolutely...
It's because of how she dealt with it too. Because she had it, she lost weight, she said she was going to change her life, and she didn't. She kept the same lifestyle.
mind-blowing, and whilst I don't believe she faked it, I do think Amberlynn really needs to look at this and think, wow, what have I done? What have I done to make the internet not trust me?
She don't care.
To this extent. But ladies
Or she doesn't care, I should say.
and gentlemen, we've made it. After everything, after this very, very long video, we have got to the bottom of the abyss.
I thought we were already at the abyss. We're at the bottom of the abyss now. Are we out of it?
Now, this part of this is one of the most mind-blowing things that could possibly have happened in the Amberverse. This could change everything. This is something so reality-bending that even Amberlynn herself probably doesn't know it. And that is, Amberlynn is a paid actress. Done!
No, she is a horrible actress. There ain't no way that she's paid for that. No. Every time she tries to lie, we read her like a book.
Done. Done. We just did that, actually. No, this probably isn't true. In fact, no, this isn't true. Guys, come on. Come on, really? Actually, no.
Hey, guess what? Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe, though. I'm just here for my opinions.
Maybe this is true. And maybe this whole time, Amberlynn's been playing all of us. Maybe we are the puppets. And
Amberlynn isn't that smart. Don't you start giving her credit.
is the puppet master. Undiagnosed bipolar disorder. Now, I am coming back mid-edit because I did just realize that I somehow missed this one, and this apparently is a quite big thing. Basically, this references to Amberlynn, I guess, arguing with herself seemingly over the years on Twitter, where she kind of, I guess, at one point says that she was diagnosed with bipolar, and then at some points feels like she might be bipolar.
She is, then she isn't. She is, then she isn't. Then she gets manic, and so she is. And it's just a back and forth.
It's a little bit confusing because in 2013 she says that her mum is bipolar and she's not sure if it's genetic, but then she says that she is bipolar on the same day and says that she was diagnosed with it at a young age, but then just over a year later she says, am I bipolar? Probably, it's hereditary. And then another year later she says, I feel like I'm bipolar, it runs in the family, so I...
And she feels like she's a lot of things. I'm telling you, she's diagnosed with everything that comes across her page.
wouldn't be surprised if I was. This is very confusing, and I feel like when it comes to diagnoses, it's very difficult to get a diagnosis of pretty much anything. I think like self-diagnosis can be actually surprisingly healthy. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but
yeah, I'm diagnosed by a doctor. Hey, I tell y'all way too much about me.
Given the healthcare system in America and a lot of other countries in the world, it sometimes is okay just to say, I think I have this thing and I'm going to try and treat this in my own way because healthcare is expensive and they're not trying to help me. But I'm not really sure what the case is here, but I just felt like I needed to include it because I somehow missed it. And yeah, moving on.
I've missed so much in this video just because I think of way too much and there's just way too many. So it's easier to do videos like this over somebody else be like, okay, let me explain, let me tell you, let me help you understand.
On.
Finished.
Okay, that's basically that. I'm sorry if I...
He did an amazing job, an absolute amazing job. You can't expect anybody to know everything about Amberverse.
Didn't really go through everything in complete detail like you may have wanted me to, but
That's
trust
okay.
me, where there is an Amberlynn situation, there is a YouTube video speaking about it. You can go through all of these in detail by doing your own research.
Oh, I've done my own research and it come in hours and hours and hours of watching Amberlynn. I even did did videos supporting her at one point.
I could not go through every single one in detail because we'd be here for 4 blooming years.
Yes.
But thank you for coming along through this. I hope
Thank you for everyone who listened to this all the way to this point. Like I said, no words.
I did this to the best of my ability because I really did enjoy making this video as much as I've been complaining. It has just been a very, very long and tedious process. But thank you so much for coming along. Please, for the love of...
I've even had to take breaks throughout this, and so this is a little choppy because I was like, I can't sit down and talk about Amberlynn for this long.
God, share this video, get it out there, like this video, and comment beans because
Oh, don't worry, I liked the video and I'm sharing it in my own way, so if anybody who doesn't want to listen to my voice, they can go listen to you.
It's a different video. I don't know if this is going to do wrong. It's probably going to be one of my worst.
It does great. It did absolutely awesome.
Performing videos because it's so, I guess, different to my normal forms of content. But if you do want me to go through more icebergs, please comment some ideas down below. Please comment who you want.
And if you want me to see if I can find another Amberlynn one, just let me know below.
I will do that. 30,000
I will do it as well.
likes on this video and I'll do another iceberg within the next 2 weeks. So I'm sorry, Jacket. I'm sorry to my researcher, Luce. We are going to do this all over again.
I see, it's just only me. I'm just a mama with an attitude.
But yeah, that is the end of this video. Please subscribe. Please follow my social medias at INabber69 on Twitter, particularly INabber on Instagram, and
And there you go, guys. If y'all want to go follow INabber, y'all are more than welcome to. But I hope you enjoyed that and you learned a little bit more about Amberlynn. And if I did not entertain you, I do apologize. I'm just here talking out my mouth and just, you know, blowing the crap. But anyways, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this, and remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. And like I said, if you have different opinions than me, that is perfectly fine. I'm just the one with the YouTube channel and a lot of opinions, and I'm gonna say that over and over because that's all this is my opinions and my memory. And you know what, I'm getting old, okay? I'm getting old, so my memory isn't all the way there, but I do remember more than I want to sometimes when it comes to Amberlynn Reid. But alright guys, y'all, make sure you have a good one for me.